Jay, tell me how you feeling about the Portland Trail Blazers, the new look Blazers, the baby Blazers. What you want to call them, man? What you want to throw on that
one? My fault. Let's just get away from that right now, okay? All right. I mean, it was enough, man. I'm still trying to figure out why you got this dude. Like, damn, dog. Phoenix got a guy, man. Phoenix got some help. LA got a little help. LA got some good underrated help. You know what I'm saying? They got Christian Wood. They got, I mean, come on, man. But it's like, yeah, let's flash this up and then let's start with what the Blazers gonna do. What you think we gonna do, man? We gonna show up. We're gonna show up, man. I'm sorry. We're gonna show up. I mean, as far as our nucleus, they're trying to make a lot out of the Phoenix thing. We played Phoenix the other night, and it was oh man, look at them, they're great. Phoenix, they're gonna be unstoppable. I get it. I get it. Everybody's gonna look fresh out the plastic. You know what I'm saying? First game, we're still in the preseason. Everybody's gonna be looking like something. Just like we've seen in the NFL. Let's see what happens as pieces drop off, and we got to make adjustments. And so, but as far as we go, I hope Chauncey Billups, man, can actually figure it out as far as, are we going to play good defense, first of all, because, we're talking about Chauncey Billups. So I'm thinking he wants them to defend well. I want to at least go from there, and then we'll figure out the rest out later, because scoot over. I should have said scoot over. When I say scoot over, you should have moved the pitch out of the way. So scoot over and yeah, there we go. Scoot over, and then here we are, man. It's our season, man. Hopefully we can get an AFC. Maybe we can make some noise in the in-season tournament. I don't know, but we're going to see. I don't see much of an improvement from our record from last year, even though we had Dame gone for most of the season, and then they shut him down at some point. So, I mean, we'll figure it out. Right now, it's a figure it out moment right now. Process. We'll see what Ayton provides. I think Ayton will be a different presence, and just like I was telling Whit, I don't want to go on about it, but I still want to see something. But at the same time, this is probably the most athletic front court that we've had in a while. Nurkic was not very athletic. You know what I'm saying? We thought we was getting the better out of Jokic and Nurkic. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't, or we didn't use him to his full potential. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, in my mind, it's time to go ahead and say goodbye to Dame. We're gonna miss him though, because we have a place in our hearts all the time in Portland. But moving on to some other news in the NBA, straight up and down, like one of the big things that also came from out of there is Drew Holiday got up out of Portland immediately and went to Boston. Y'all know me, I'm a big Celtics fan. I feel like somewhere in the dynamic of, okay, if you're going to put up a Damian Lillard in the Eastern Conference, you got Jimmy Butler, you got other guards that you're going to have to guard that I can, preach up right now. Drew Holiday is that cancellation button. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. And maybe not even cancel, because somebody good like, Dame, you're not really going to cancel him. But instead of you going for 30, I'll take 17. 17 is good. I'll do, a couple free throws. You foul them sometimes, and we could work with that. And then also, when you think about what happened with Boston, we got to bring up Porzingis. They kind of shunned him, moved him around, didn't give him any room to grow in Dallas, because, of course, we know whose team it is in Dallas. And at the same time, when he's now in Washington, he dealt with so many injuries that they were amazed to see that 26-game run that he had at the end of the season. I'm talking about, they raved about that. But if that is what we can get in Boston, and I don't need him to play 82 games. I don't need him to be with the new, resting limits and how they want to kind of, limit people resting or players sitting out and whatnot. I don't need him to play 82 games. I need him for about 50, like a strong 50. They can say he strained his calf and lie for all I care. And, you know what I'm saying? They can lie. We can lie for Porzingis for about 2-3 weeks and let Al Horford get some burn. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. And I'll be happy with it. One of the biggest parts, in my opinion, that will hurt us though, is we don't have Marcus and we don't have Robert Williams anymore. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a youth movement in Boston, but it's happening everywhere. And of course, in Boston, we don't make excuses. We got Larry, looking down upon us every day. You know what I'm saying? We got Big Chief out there looking down upon us every day. You know what I mean? We got a lot to live up to. So I'm looking forward to that. Now back to you guys. One of the big things I got to
wait. I'm sorry.
What was it?
Because I'm gonna stop. I used to let you go, man, but I used to let you go and be like, yo, man, did he just kill somebody else? What do
But
you
know what I mean?
They're looking down. You mean from the box?
From the rafters, from the jerseys.
Okay. I'm just
they're live.
Just clearing that up.
Yeah,
just wanted to make sure, like, whoa, bro, don't do that, man. We just lost Dick Buckets, man.
All right, so moving on, right? Something else I want to throw out there. So somebody that didn't receive any of this love and lost pieces in the end in the Eastern Conference is the Miami Heat. Like, are the Heat going to be okay? Because listen, I don't know if y'all saw what I saw, but emo Jimmy Butler really took all of his media day photos that will be in all of the media books that they pass out every game in Miami for the rest of the season. I mean, and of course, Jimmy Butler immediately comes on and says, hey, I don't care. I'm going to be all right. I'm still going to beat y'all. You know what I'm saying? Classic Jimmy Butler fashion. So what do we think is and of course, let's keep it real. They did lose some pieces. We got Gabe gone, Strus gone, and those guys played really big parts in their playoff runs. What do we think about the Miami Heat so far?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to trust in Spo. I'm going to trust in Pat Riley. The same way they found Gabe Vincent, they'll find some other guys to play the roles. You still got Jimmy Butler there, regardless of how he look on media day. Bottom line is when he gets on the court, ain't a lot of guys going to want to mess with him. So I still like what Jimmy can do. I think Tyler Hero another year should only get better. I think all the trade talk hopefully will light a bit of a fire under his ass so that way he can really get going. You still got all kinds of shooting all over the place. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to trust in the Miami Heat. Are they going to be a top 1 or 2 seed? Probably not, but they'll stick around that 4 or 5 spot. And then when it gets into playoff time, that's when Jimmy Butler shows up. So, they got one of the best coaches and one of the best front offices in all of the NBA. So I'm going to trust in what they're doing down there. They still got Caleb Martin, who, I don't know what Charlotte was thinking when they just released his ass. But Miami found a gem there. They still got Duncan Robinson that can shoot. Again, like I mentioned, Tyler Hero and company. So if Kyle Lowry can be in shape and run that second team for Miami the way he did towards the end of last year, if he can do that all season, then I think Miami has a chance to obviously make the playoffs, and then we'll see what kind of noise they can make once they make it there. But I don't see them being a top 4 seed.
Well, yeah, I feel you on that. Maybe not top 4 this year. Jay, you got any thoughts on the Heat?
I can't look past the hair, bro. Like, but for me, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all know you ask me, I'm gonna look. I like numbers and stuff. I'm a feel for the game type of person and what entertains me. And yeah, I just can't get past the hair, man. When I actually see a starting 5 out there, I probably start focusing. Like, okay, yeah, they got him. They got them. Okay, we're playing basketball. Okay, all right.
Right,
and then I could go from there. But it's the hair for me, man. I hate to say that. It was like it was just perfect catchphrase, but it's the hair for me. I'm sorry.
Bro, ain't nobody blaming you, bro. That was, you know what I'm saying? That was an attention grabber right there, bro. But
definitely,
you know what I'm saying? He'll have it all braided up once it comes time to jump on the court and stuff like that. So he'll be back and ready to play some basketball once the season starts.
Nah, but Johnny,
I feel you though. That's a forever image, bro. That's a forever image right there.
Yeah, because every time they show his stats,
right?
Every time they show his stats and him at the line or whatever the case may be, we're going to see that.
Yes,
right.
We're going to see that.
On the road,
Jimmy Butler's at the line,
especially on the road. They're going to have to cut out pictures and all that.
Right. Hey, big shouts out to brother Sean. Brother Sean, what's good? I see you. Appreciate you with the like and the comment. I see you, bro. Hey man, y'all got me. Y'all preaching to the choir with this Jimmy Butler thing. I saw all the memes. They had him on the Andre 3000 Love Below joint. I was like, man, come on, man. They killing Jimmy out here, man.
Yes.
They killing Jimmy. But look, check this out, right? Let's go ahead and get to the West Coast real quick. And then because I want to only mention one or two things right now. LeBron year 21. One word. Let's think about it. What you got?
One word.
Man, one word.
My word was accomplishment, because of course, you know, we are old enough to have seen LeBron come in and you know, play as a rookie, go through the hard knocks, not getting the championship, the decision, you know, going back to Cleveland, leaving Cleveland, going to LA. Like I still feel like this is an accomplishment. This is a notch under his belt. I know he's been going, you know, he's in the GOAT conversation all the time. You know, one of the things I tell everybody right now, the one thing Jordan don't got on him, and is a clear fact, is LeBron actually is a father. You know, and LeBron got kids. LeBron got kids with common sense, okay, and they may make it to the league, okay. They might just. I'm not saying Michael Jordan.
This kid went all kinds of personal and stuff.
That shit went over my head and slapped me like damn, like Carlton.
I'm not saying Michael Jordan. I'm not saying Michael Jordan's a bad father, but LeBron James, two of LeBron James' kids could make it to the league, and they are not going to end up dating their uncle's wives 20 years down the line.
This kid said, no disrespect, but let me go ahead and disrespect you real quick. Well, not for nothing, but yeah, I mean, if you're gonna talk off the court, then yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna give LeBron, if I gotta say one word, I'm gonna say legacy. LeBron, you know what I'm saying? 21 years. You know what I'm saying? I like what LA did as far as putting some pieces around him this year. Jay mentioned it a little bit earlier as far as their offseason. I like the pieces that they put together for him there. They got some good athleticism, some good youth around LeBron that's going to emphasize what LeBron does well, which is facilitate the basketball. You know what I'm saying? If LeBron don't got to be the main dude trying to score 30-something each game, then he'll last throughout the season and he'll make everybody else better. The whole thing for LA is Anthony Davis actually going to be playing? You know what I'm saying? How many games is he going to be sitting on the sideline in street clothes, and how many games is he actually going to be on the court playing is going to decide whether or not LA makes it far as far as the basketball season is concerned. As far as the whole LeBron, Michael Jordan debate, I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah, we don't got to get into that.
There is no debate. You know what I'm saying? There's one GOAT, and then there's everybody else looking up at him. So, you know what I'm saying? Leave Michael alone. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Because LeBron hasn't even really caught Kobe yet. So, you know what I'm saying? Before we get all the way up there, you know what I'm saying? But I love LeBron, and I love his game. You know what I'm saying? I wish more people would just appreciate what's happening and appreciate his greatness instead of worrying about comparing, you know what I'm saying, who's better and all that, man. LeBron is a special player. That LA team's going to be good. Jay mentioned Phoenix is going to be nasty and fun to watch. I don't know who's going to defend, but they're going to score some buckets down in Phoenix. Sacramento's got a nice young team. I know you know what I'm saying, we were talking about your Portland team a little bit ago. I like Scoop. I like I thought they were going to keep Drew there. I thought that would have been a good fit, especially for Chauncey, but Boston got gifted a great player there with Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday may be what puts Boston over the top, to be completely honest. And they weren't even expecting that when they got rid of Smart. They got rid of Smart to get more offense with Porzingis, and then Drew Holiday just kind of fell in their laps. So Boston got blessed with that one right there. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, LeBron is he's in my Mount Rushmore. He's in my top 4. You know what I'm saying? But, when you grow up watching somebody literally fly, that's going to be your GOAT, man. It is what it is.
Johnny,
hey, well,
we have a ground rule.
We can't say this L word.
Just throw this in here. You don't try to lay, like
call him the king.
When it comes to certain subjects, we speak subliminally. Hopefully, it could go right past, and then we could go to the next subject.
Right.
But you said it, and all of us. Next thing I know, somebody just straight ran to the closet, and I don't know what the hell was going on for a second, and then out comes LeBron James.
You had more time.
Hey, listen, the whole thing. Yeah. Hey, listen, this is what we're gonna do, right? We know what happens, Johnny. Now this is your first lesson. We got a LeBron James clause. We got to say it like less than 4 times in 5 minutes, or Trevor goes nuts. Okay, right. But look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the next segment real quick, you guys. Give me a sleeper, East sleeper, West sleeper. I'm gonna give y'all mine. My East sleeper, the Wizards. Okay, The Wizards are my East sleeper right now. We'll talk about them some more and why I think they're gonna be my sleeper. And my West sleeper, I think an obvious one is Oklahoma City. But I'm gonna go Sacramento. I think people still think two teams, East and West. Anybody go?
I'm gonna go with my East. I would say easily, and it just looks good right now. We'll see. It'll be the Magic. And then in the West, of course, I would definitely want to say Portland, and I don't want to say Sacramento because they're expected to at least see what they saw last year or get to the next step. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Pelicans, and I want to see when you say sleeper, they're expected to make the playoffs, but I expect them to be top 3 in the Western Conference.
That's a great call right there, bro. If Zion could actually stay on the court, the Pelicans are scary, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Ingram is nasty. If Zion can actually stay on the court and play, they ain't nobody bodying him. They ain't nobody messing with Zion down low. So if he can actually stay on the court and want to play and push the play the gumbo away, Zion. Push it aside, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get on that court and play some basketball, man. I like the Thunder. Shea Alexander to me is a top 5 point guard. He's probably a top 10, top 15 player in the league. Sacramento is going to be good. I think Fox is going to take the next step. Keegan Murray is a baller. But I'll go with the Thunder. I think OKC in the East real quick because I know the timer just went off. But I'm going to say Indiana, man. Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Obi Toppin, Bruce Brown. Indiana's gonna make some noise in the East, man. So pay attention to them.
Hey, man, look, I love it. I love that Indiana pick. That was low key one of the ones I was thinking about. Real quick, this is what we're gonna do. We were supposed to talk about the WNBA, but we're gonna just throw it out there. Check this out. Crazy WNBA scenario going on right now. Everybody earlier this season, preseason, we're pretty much saying Liberty and WNBA, the Liberty and the Aces were going to go at it. Big shouts out to the Carolina girl, the defensive player of the year, Asia Wilson, going against somewhat of her nemesis in Breanna Stewart, who turned out to be the MVP this year. Game 1 and 2, trash. Go ahead and put that in the trash. Aces was just whooping up on them. It was ridiculous. I thought it was crazy. I watched the whole thing, and I don't even know why because it was getting blown out. But I watched all of them. Game 3, the crowd was ridiculous in New York, in Brooklyn, and I think it really played a part. Game 4, of course, is going to be happening tomorrow. Right now, we got Chelsea Gray out. We got Kia Stokes out. I think it's going to be a great one. I can't wait to see what happens. And we're definitely going to have to talk about the champs because by next week we're going to have a champion name for the WNBA. Hey Johnny, man, do me a big favor. Tell us right quick what you're going to be doing the rest of the week, where we can catch you at.
Well, you can catch me on Let's Talk Sports. Like you mentioned before the show, Monday night, Thursday night, the Let's Talk Sports, the flagship show. Myself, Nick Botkins, Tanner Dawson, Scott Cope, and Sam Dean do that show Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. We do the Sunday morning pregame at 10 a.m. To noon to get you ready for all the NFL action. And you can catch me and my boy Alex every Monday night. Let's Talk Miami Dolphins, the Aqua and Orange Insight Show at 7 o'clock on Mondays. I'm Yankee and Dolphin, based, but I talk all sports. I talk all teams. As far as the WNBA, Asia Wilson and Breanna Stewart are probably the top two players in the league. As far as the Nemesis, they did it because the New York Liberty put together a super team. Even though the Aces, organically are a super team because they just got a squad there. Right. But yeah, I hear you on the crowd in Brooklyn. And New York basketball fans ain't got nothing to cheer about as far as the Knicks, so they might as well support the Liberty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with that. I'm hoping for a good game tomorrow in Game 4. I hope the series goes 5. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, definitely check out if you like watching pure basketball, man. Watch the WNBA, man. These ladies, they ball out, man. It's a lot of fun, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. You can follow me at the Yankee Fin on all your social media platforms. And I'm all over Let's Talk Sports, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Appreciate you.
Hey, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. My guy, Johnny Cruz, coming through. Let's make some noise for Johnny Cruz, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, fellas.
Holding it down for us.
All right.
Yeah, the chair's wide open for you, my brother. You always welcome to come back. Big shouts out to Kelly Manigo. Kelly, what's good, bro?
What's up? What's up?
Let's go ahead and get
the pace up. Hey, watch out for the Rockets, man. They got a lot of youngsters there. If they can stop getting in trouble and actually play some basketball, they might be fun to watch.
Right. We didn't even get a chance to go into that. Hey, man, Johnny, thanks for coming on again. We got to keep
Appreciate it,
rolling.
Man. Have a great show, fellas.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All
right. So look, man, we are rolling right now. We got it on fire. We're going to get into the next segment. We got guests in the back. What? We got guests in the back? God damn. Well, I guess that means we got to keep it going, guys. You know how we do. Each and every week, we're going to be doing sports, and more sports. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to go ahead and get into one of my favorite topics. Little do people know. We're going to get into that MLB. But first and foremost, we got to bring on our next guest. We got my guy, Alan, in the building. Alan, is he there? Do we see him? We got him up. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Hello.
Alan, what's good with you, my brother?
Alan.
What's up? Thank you for having me. I love the accommodations back here. It's great. Y'all are doing great.
Appreciate it. Hey, Alan, before you get started, man, I got to tell the people about you. So basically, my guy, Alan, does the baseball show on Let's Talk Sports, NFC South and East roundtables, the Let's Talk Dallas Cowboys. He's been doing this for about a year. He's a Cowboys, Rangers, Sooners, and Thunders fan, so he's basically on both sides of the Red River. And the one thing we had no idea about is that he's been on the field at the Alamo Dome. So let's make some noise for my guy, Rookie of the Year sensation, Alan, in the building.
I like that. It has a nice ring to it.
Hey man, look, we all voted on this. Okay, you're definitely if you're not getting Rookie of the Year, you get Most Improved Player. I see it coming. Okay, I see it.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
So awesome. Look, Alan, this is your time, my guy. Right now, baseball. Let's get into it. It's all you.
I'm not gonna be petty. Not he could be petty if he wants to, but the Rangers.
What do I have to be petty about? My team's up 2-0 on the Astros right now. I'm feeling pretty good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see?
Oh man. I like the song reference in there.
We'll be singing Creed all night coming Wednesday night. I'm telling you.
Man. So look, right now, Alan, just like you mentioned, playoffs are happening right now, and you have a horse in the race with the Rangers. Am I correct? That's your team?
Yep.
Tell us what you think of the series thus far and what has happened in the playoffs as far as your team is concerned. Let's go.
Well, I mean, if you like old school baseball, this is the series for you, definitely, because you got two managers who've been there, done that, Dusty Baker and Bruce Bochy. They've won 4 combined World Series. They've had, multiple playoff victories with multiple different teams. This is what old school baseball fans are going to be watching. I know the excitement is going to be whatever's going on in Philly right now, but if you're a big fan of old school baseball, the ALCS is right up your alley, and we've kind of seen it already. A 2-0 win in Game 1, a 5-4 win last night. It's been really, really solid games, and you're seeing decisions that are being made not by analytics, but by actually by the actual eye test. Because I mean, you look at last night's game, Houston had bases loaded, nobody out, and Bochy made the decision to keep Eovaldi in that game. He got 2 back-to-back strikeouts and a ground out. So great, been a great series so far. I've enjoyed it so much.
But it still bothers me about the top 5 teams being out of the playoffs.
Well, 1 in 13, that's a crazy stat. How about that?
But this is like almost, we could say almost like the second year in a row that some teams got kind of put out early, and I don't want to say it's a nice break. I think 5 days, maybe a week's break or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say it's too long, but I just feel like there's something that should be visited here. Like we need to look at something as far as why aren't these teams maximizing their potential during the playoffs, where they're pretty much looking spent, like they have no energy whatsoever. We sucked, and I'm talking about my Braves. We sucked. Like it was like a totally different team. We were getting jammed a lot. It was just, our pitching, which I thought, I'm not going to say it didn't take the leaps that it was supposed to, even though we had, a good pitching staff. We had some names that were coming back from injuries that, I feel we should have went young early instead of throwing these guys out there. And then they're out there in the playoffs, even considering like Elder, even though he's had some experience. It's just, we got stomped, man. So like with these teams all around, man, with the Brewers and you go on and on, like I just feel they need to try something else where the playoffs is not. We need to try this change in everything, basically, because we weren't supposed to be put out the playoffs so early, man. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm sorry.
And it's like you mentioned, it's happened twice now. And, again, the top 5 seeds were 1 in 13 in this postseason. That's something you don't rarely see as far as what happens in baseball. And I know they've been talking about, they're still altering what the playoffs could be. We've talked about on our show on Tuesdays about maybe doing, if they expand baseball, maybe do like an 18 playoff or something like that, and just make it to where everybody plays each other, nobody gets a break. And because that break kills some teams sometimes. I mean, you saw it with the Dodgers and with the Braves. in the National League, and you saw it with Baltimore in the American League. So, I mean, Houston, obviously they were able to run through the Twins because, well, one, they're a veteran team and they've been there, done that. There's a reason why they've gone to 7 straight ALCS, series. But at the same time, it's like, well, the Twins aren't really that good. They were the best team in the worst division. Yes, they caught hot and they won. They swept the Blue Jays out of the postseason. But pound for pound, if you're not going to, for the Twins' sake, if you're not going to score 3 runs or more, you have no shot against the Astros, who can score at will.
Just like you mentioned, of course, if you're not out there putting those runs up, you are not going to win. But you know what team is putting the runs up on the board magically? The Phillies. I mean, did we see this coming, or did we see this coming? Schwartz and Harper, the lineup is just crucial. I am the novice at baseball, so I am the one that's going. All I know for the most part is that pitching in the postseason is crazy important. But are we seeing the dynamic that we mentioned earlier play into how the players are hitting in these parks, or is it just everybody's warm now? So is that what's happening? What you think, Al?
Well, see, the experiment we were talking about on our show is that, with the American League, how is the pitching going to fare? Because really the only team that had a dynamic lineup was Minnesota. However, the Twins are out now. And, really, if you want to talk pitching dynamics, the best pitching roster in the American League so far has been the Texas Rangers. Evaldi's been great. Montgomery's been great. Now they get Scherzer back here for Game 3. It's a stacked roster. I know everybody's going to crap on the bullpen, and trust me, they've been awful all year, but so far they've done well here in the postseason. And likewise, really in the National League, it's been what we thought the American League was going to be. It's been all runs, and the Phillies have been the dynamic part of that. One thing that we talked about as well is, this generation's top player, the guy everybody wants to see was Mike Trout. Well, now if Bryce Harper wins a World Series, that might switch to him. So, I mean, you look at it now, Bryce Harper seems like he's a man possessed right now. So, I mean, got to the World Series last year, may get to the World Series this year. He may be the face of this generation going forward.
I can put it out there, that some of the information that I remember when Bryce Harper was like coming into the league is that whole, like, he was in high school and hit a home run, like the longest home run in the Mariners ballpark or some crazy mess. And I was like, well, who is this guy? Because of course, for someone who watches baseball every now and then, power hitting is what I'm paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing would be pitching. And then of course, supposedly the next big hitter and also the next big pitcher. And of course, unfortunately, the next big pitcher, we all know who we're talking about, didn't really necessarily pan out, but he did get a ring, and he did win one time, so he can't get too mad about that. Like right now with like the MVPs and stuff, like who are we still thinking? Who's going to win these races, you guys? Because of course, Jay Allen, you guys are on top of those things.
Well, see, right now, here's the thing: the awards are regular season awards. So if I'm making the decision, it's obviously going to be Ronald Acuna in the National League because he is the best player in baseball. I know he didn't play well in the playoffs in this series, but he is overall the best player in baseball right now, and he had the best performance, the best plays. Unheard of 70-40 season. Nobody's ever done that. He's such a great talent in the National League, and he's proven it. And unfortunately, in the American League, even though they shut him down early, it's probably going to be Shohei Ohtani based on what he does, on the mound and batting. So, I mean, if I were picking, I would probably be the homer and say Corey Seager. But with how Ohtani, just how his game is, I don't think there's any way he gets dethroned unless somebody out there says, hey, we need to give it to somebody other than Shohei. But it'll be interesting next year because I don't think Shohei is going to be able to pitch all of 2024. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Now, go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
Oh, my fault. So two things I was in my petty about is basically the Phillies. A lot of people were questioning why is Bryce Harper coming back when he did. Why isn't he just pretty much staying out the whole season? Which I pretty much laughed at. I was like, if they stay afloat at least to make a run for a wild card, that's all they need. And I feel like I want him to not play because of what just happened, and that was my thing. I just feel like it was a train wreck waiting to happen, and it sucked. It sucked watching it because it ended up happening. Even when he came back and he went through his rehab performances and everything, I was like, man, please hopefully they keep losing so that when he comes back, he's just getting a couple swings away. But it just was looking more and more like, damn, he's going to come back to a wild card run. And then what happened, and then the Cubs and, a drop fly ball here and there. And that was pretty much it. So also another thing was, and I'm being in my petty a little bit about Clayton Kershaw. You were very high on Clayton Kershaw, and I kept telling you, man, like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, we gonna go out there, we're gonna have a little dominant starts and look good and stuff, and it's not gonna work. I told you, man. I don't know if you remember, but I was like, who? All right, we'll see, buddy. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, too bad, we couldn't take advantage of the Dodgers not, being swept, which, oh man, I can't wait to see a couple of Dodgers fans in public. But I'm definitely I'm gonna be in my petty about that and like letting them know that hey, I got swept though. I got swept. But yeah, but that was two things, like Clayton Kershaw and just the Phillies resurgence, man, were just two things that pretty much sat out to me as far as how the season went. Just two of the things that But as far as the MVP races, I feel like Acuna, he deserved it. It's historic. Too bad that Matt Olson had to sit kind of behind and have the season that he had behind Acuna, because it would have been him. I feel Matt Olson was breaking, man. Like Matt Olson was from the start of the season. I was like, yo, you see what Matt Olson's doing though? I just kept, every time we talk about Acuna, I was like, yeah, but do you see what Matt Olson's doing? Like, that's great. Like, I felt a little bit more excited about what Matt Olson was doing than Acuna, because I expected Acuna to do what he did. Like,
you basically got it. You basically got him for pennies on the dollar from Oakland. So
right, and I felt like the way he swings and the type of hitter he was, and I feel like even like I said, anybody that knows me about Acuna, I used to say like, look, he's gonna break Ricky Henderson's. He like anything that Ricky Henderson has, as long as he stay healthy, he's gonna shatter it. He's gonna have seasons that not even Ricky Henderson had. And I said he was gonna have 40-40, easy. I told anybody that knows me, I was like, yo, this dude, who they say before he even had a major league start, I was like, look, this guy is going to be a 40-40 dude easily, from what I'm hearing. Easily. And come on, man. 40-70 something or whatever, man. Come on. But yeah, aside from the playoffs, man, and seeing all these teams go down and how competitive it's been, and some of these pitching staffs and how they're working through these innings. It's very exciting to watch, but too bad, all the great teams are gone. But everything's deserved from the regular season, though.
Right.
And the
right.
one thing about the playoffs, and especially in baseball, is they don't reseed. It's not reseeded like the NFL is.
Right.
It's basically bracketed out, and if it's basically like the March Madness tournament. You go on to whoever you play next. If it was reseeded, y'all would have been playing Arizona instead of Philly. So that I'd like that matchup a little bit better. I don't know about you, but kind of going again, one other award I want to talk about, obviously, is Manager of the Year for both sides. I think, obviously, it's going to be Torey Lovello in the National League. I mean, the Diamondbacks just kind of came out of nowhere. I know a lot of people were high on them this year, and they just found a way to keep it going, make it into the postseason, so kudos to him. In the American League, it's a toss-up for me. My heart wants to say Bruce Bochy for the way he's turned the Rangers around. But you got to give credit to what Brandon Hyde's done with Baltimore. That was a young team. Remember, last couple of years, they were one of the worst teams in baseball. They turned it around in a 2-year span, and they have the best record in the American League. Great job by Brandon Hyde and that staff there in Baltimore.
Agreed.
Definitely. Hey, and look, and you mentioned it. One of the youngest lineups in Baltimore to do what they did this season. And of course, this is me catching it in between me catching all this other news. I knew that the Orioles would did something historically well for their organization. I think that's pretty dope, man. I think that's pretty dope. So right now, Alan, man, as we are getting closer and closer to crowning a champion in Major League Baseball, because I know you got such a really busy and tight schedule. Do us a favor, give us a hot take. Who do we got playing from each division, and who do we got as the baseball's undisputed champion, especially with this new playoff picture going on?
Well, I think the National League's kind of self-explanatory. I think the Phillies are going to end up making it. I know a lot of Braves fans won't be happy to hear that, but I don't see I don't see any way the Diamondbacks can get to them unless they just they can't really score runs with the runs that the Phillies are scoring right now. The American League, because I have a bet on this, I'm taking Texas. Obviously, my team, we're already up 2-0. If we can take Game 3 at home, I think it's pretty much a wrap. The Astros have had an up and down season all year long. Their pitching just hasn't been the same. Their offense really just hasn't been the same. They haven't, hit with that killer instinct that they're used to having in the postseason. We kind of said it, earlier today on our show, on the baseball show, is that the Rangers have out-Astroed the Astros, and that's pretty much why they have a 2-0 lead right now. So I'm going Philly, Texas in the World Series. And I'm going with my heart here. I'm going to say Texas in 7 in the World Series.
You said you're going with your heart. That's what we're doing. We're going with our heart in this one.
My heart, my gut. I got to say Texas in 7.
Texas in 7, man. Hey, look, I'm liking where you're going with this one. You are all Texas guy anyway. You stick to your guns. I can't disagree with you. Right now, I'm hearing what you're saying. I can't wait to see the outcome. Jay, you, quick take. Who's going? Let's go.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man, but it's looking like Phillies, and out of the American League, I really feel like it's tough to say for me. Damn it, man.
Bruh.
The Rangers are looking like a team, man, that
Bruh.
they're gonna do it. I feel like if we're looking at it's gonna be Rangers and Phillies. Rangers and Phillies. I hate to say it, man, and this sucks. I remember sports Matt. I remember when y'all acquired him, and I was making fun of him when he was struggling. He had that bad outing, and I was like, that was a big grab. They tried. As far as getting them through to the postseason and making a run. It didn't look too good at first. It was a pretty rocky start. And here we are. We're out of the playoffs. Texas Rangers are in. And the other 4 other teams that should be in are not in. So it pains me to say, again, Phillies, Rangers, and I really feel that the Rangers will figure out a way to stomp the Phillies because they have to. They have to, man. I'd rather have the Rangers win than the Phillies. I'm sorry. Please help me. Help me.
I will say this: it will be a fitting World Series because our opening day series was against Philadelphia. So, and that was the last time we played them. We put up 32 runs in them on that series. So, hopefully, we get a similar result. Oh yeah, Nola did not look good. Wheeler did not look good. Of course, they didn't have Bryce Harper, but still, they struggled mightily, because they had I want to say a 5-0 lead on us. It was going into I want to say the 4th or 5th inning, and Texas just put up 17 runs the rest of that game. Rest of that first game, it was just holy cow. If the Rangers could score runs like that, this is going to be a shootout. In football terms, not just in baseball. In football terms, we might see a 17-14 game in this World Series.
It's gonna be. We're gonna see, because I mean, I really see if the pitching staff does a bit better for the Phillies. I still think it's no match. I really feel like the Rangers will still figure out a way.
And we haven't lost yet. We haven't lost yet.
Right. Until if I would figure if they're gonna make it that far, they'll have to. We'll see. I'm not gonna. Let me be quiet because I'm not jinxing anybody. I've been jinxing myself lately, so I'm not gonna do this any further. I already jinxed myself by thinking that it wasn't even gonna be like this. I'm looking at 2 teams right now or more than 2 teams that I didn't even think had any effect in the playoffs, and here we are.
Hey, that's the truth, man. It somehow, some way, in baseball is one of those sports where in the postseason, literally, especially with this new format, anything can happen. Hey, Alan, you got some time, man? You want to hang out one more segment real quick?
Sure. What's up?
All right, man. So we're gonna do something that something new. We're gonna try. We're gonna tap in with college football. Okay, so we're gonna give some quick takes. Everybody's gonna tell us something really, really fast because, of course, college football has been underway for a couple weeks now. We all know what's been standing out in college football, but let's talk about something else besides outside of the norm that we can think about. My tapping in. I'm gonna talk about Texas football resurging, man. I mean, let's keep it real. I know you was gonna do that. So let's keep it real, man. Who would have thought that out of nowhere, Texas football was gonna come back in such a dynamic? I'm really on that page where it takes time, and we've seen other disciples of Nick Saban, various names. We don't got to go through them. We know so many. Go to colleges and not necessarily transfer what they had in Alabama to another top tier program. But right now, it's happening for Texas. It took 2-3 years, 2.5 years, basically, for it to form, for the transfer portal to make way for new players that were going to fit the mold. But I'm really excited about Texas football coming back this season. Yeah, it's tough, when you're in a conference, and that's basically reshaping itself. But it's also challenging to see what you're going to have to deal with and where you're going to be in the coming season. So I want to, that's my big tap in for college football. Jay, your college football surprise. Tap in, man. Tell me what you got.
Man, I'm going with Washington, man.
Ooh.
I'm going with Washington. I'm not gonna go as far as Desmond Howard, Explaining, yeah,
Hey,
explaining,
bro.
yeah. I'm not gonna go as far as
We
Desmond
not even
Howard
gonna
explain.
repeat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, Washington. I would think this still kind of early for me to start like labeling surprises. So, so for one, for sure, right now it's Washington because I really feel like there's going to be a couple teams emerging. I can't see a lot of these teams going untouched, unblemished, going into the season. So, but we definitely going to see on top of Washington. That's West Coast. I mean, I guess we're gonna get a little bit more into Colorado. We're not gonna talk too much about Colorado, because you are, word on the street is you are.
Yeah, right.
Oof. I want to keep it PG
I'm in
here.
I'm in the athletic
Uh,
department. Apparently, that's what they think.
you're more in the athletic, and more in the staff here, man. They say you got your, you on your knees and all kind of stuff, man.
All
But
kinds of mess, man.
hey,
Got me in all kinds of situations.
yeah, man. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about Colorado, but Colorado isn't much of a surprise to me. So again, I'm going with Washington. Washington is it as a surprise. That's it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, Alan, my man, you are a college football connoisseur. It doesn't necessarily have to be a surprise, but tell us one thing that's standing out to you for college football this season.
Well, let's start off two things. Number one, Texas has been back for 10 years. It's been long enough, all right? Second of all, I mean, you look at it. This is basically a resume, not just for this season, but for what's to come next year for both Texas and Oklahoma, and both teams are playing well. I mean, after what we saw last year from Oklahoma, I kind of figured this was coming. I kind of figured this they were going to bounce back like this. I did not expect their defense to play as well as they are right now. They did do a good job, 3 turnovers in that Texas game. It's still a great game. It's probably been the best game, outside of maybe Oregon, Washington last week. As Jay kind of pointed out, Washington's been a great team to watch. I think the media is kind of undervaluing Washington a little bit. They didn't really move them up that much in the ranking this week, but I think they're a top 5, top 4 team still right now. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoff, but if there's one team I like right now out of the Pac-12, it's probably Washington. But yeah, Oklahoma and Texas, they're going to get a rematch in the title game for sure. I mean, these are the 2 best teams in the conference. We've seen it all year so far. There's really nobody else on their level. The closest one is probably Kansas of all teams. Can you believe that? Kansas has been was a surprise last year. They're continuing to be a surprise a little bit this year. A surprise as far as disappointment, though, for me, kind of staying in the Big 12 is Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State was like, the team that always get, with Texas gave challenge to Oklahoma in the Big 12. Now it's just like they're a bottom feeder in the conference. I'm sorry, I gotta say it like it is. Your second home game in front of a sold out crowd, and you lose by, what was it, 25-26 to South Alabama? Like, what the hell is going on in Stillwater right now? I mean, they can't even figure out who their quarterback is, for crying out loud. They finally got Bowman healthy to where he's actually been their competent starter, but at the same time, it's like, what the hell is going on in Stillwater this year? It's nuts.
Hey, man, you know what?
Also, Penn State. Penn State. Penn State as well.
Yeah. The Nittany Lions definitely disappointing us. Speaking of Penn State and things going on in that area, big shouts out to my guy Will. What's happening, man? My friends from the Pitt Sports Desk definitely just hit us up, said they're giving us a shout out. So we want to make sure we tap in with those guys. Pitt Sports Desk, I think we got They got the after Monday night show, the post game show they do, and I believe they're going on Thursdays with the Pitt Sports Desk. Matter of fact, Wednesday is the day. Wednesday with the Pitt Sports Desk. Everything Pittsburgh, Penguins, Pirates, Steelers, more and more and more. Oh, wait a minute. What? I forgot. We was talking college football, so we got to bring in one of the guys, my big homie, one and only. We got to talk about Freeport. What it do, baby? School is out. Bulldogs are in. What's up?
What's happening? I heard y'all need the champ to come versus stage right now, man. My bad, the 2-time champ. You know what I'm saying? 3-peat on the way. What's happening, fellas?
What's up, my guy? What's up, man? Freeport, man. You're a little late to the party, but you gonna go ahead and tap in, kick us that Bulldog knowledge that we missing right now. Talk to us, man.
What you want to hear, man? You know, we take.
How you feel about the season thus far? Because I know it's been a roller coaster, losing all these first rounders. AKA, you get to go to Philly games for free.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, the motto at Georgia, next man up, right? So, you know, we lose people every year. Everybody say the same thing. We're not going to be the same team. No team is the same team from last year. You know what I'm saying? They say our schedule not strong enough. We don't make the schedule. Yeah, we had a little thing with the Oklahoma at the beginning, but, you know, we line them up. You know, we have our season, line them up in the playoffs. And I think we had like almost 400 days since we lost the game. So next man up, you know. Brock Bowers went down. Next man up. That's our motto, and that's what you know what I'm saying. Coach Smart said we will not be hunted. We do the hunting. So come see us, man. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to wear. I think I need one to say 3 people.
Sure know how to piss on them.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I heard, I had my insider tell us that you was gonna come on and go ahead and kick us that Bulldog talk real quick. So I appreciate you coming through, bro. Now, if we get closer,
in all fairness, he is right. The SEC was the one that decided to take off the Oklahoma on their schedule. So because we were making the jump. So that's on the SEC, not on Georgia.
Yeah, man. We not ducking.
We're not even playing them next year. They have to deal with Texas next year. So
who?
Oh, wow. That is right. Don't forget, Texas is moving. Okay, it is happening. So let's see what.
Don't worry, we'll take care of Alabama and Tennessee for you.
Hey, quick as they move, we're gonna evict them. It's simple.
Hey, listen, I'm excited about what's going to happen with that move next year. But this year, it seems to be somewhat of a Bulldog world, you know what I'm saying? And you know, now I can't lie, in the West Coast out there, man, we got a shootout. All these Heisman trophy candidates and Heisman Trophy winners, you know, playing quarterback right now. Every Saturday seems to be a show. Speaking of show, well, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna keep it rolling. Speaking of show, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it rolling, man. We're gonna go on. Alan, man, my guy, you was in the building. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Tell us once again what you got going on for the rest of the week, my guy.
Well, you can find me at AParalysis30 on Twitter. You can catch me on the NFC South Roundtable tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll have, you know, guys like Jonathan Grishman, Ashton Booker on there with me for that. NFC East Roundtable as well tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll have the Mad New Yorker himself, Carlos Chavez, Chris as well from Nova Nation, and Mr. J himself as well. We'll be back on that show tomorrow night, so can't wait to have you back, Jay. Baseball show on Tuesdays, as we always do, 4 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday, I think we moved it to 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Let's Talk Dallas Cowboys with myself and Flo and Canteen from the Bottom Line Sports.
Hey, man, look, once again, I want to give a big shout out to my guy, Alan, for coming on with us, a.k.a. the most improved player from Let's Talk Sports, a.k.a. Rookie of the Year. Alan, once again, thanks for coming on. Everybody make some noise for my dog, Alan. Hey, man, look.
Thanks for having me. I love it.
Hey man, you're welcome anytime. The chair is open to you. Just holler at me, holler at Jay. Big shouts out for T Sweat for getting everything put together. Hey, Freeport, you gonna hang out?
Hey man, I got a little bit of time. I gotta get in the studio tonight, but I got some time. I chill for a little bit.
All right. Then we gonna keep it moving. Alan, man, appreciate you, man. We'll talk with you next time, brother.
All right, no problem. Y'all have a good night, guys.
All right, you two out sleep. Alan, get some sleep. Y'all, hey, listen, check this out. I wasn't gonna do it. I'm sorry. I gotta do it.
You gotta do it?
No, just hold on. I know he's still watching. Alan, lavender, things like that. I'm gonna send. I got Alan. Check this out. I got the perfect Christmas gift for Alan. Just oh my gosh. Everybody says I do practical gifts. Some of them are a bit funny. Yes, but this he's gonna need. I'm gonna send him tons and tons of it too. He's gonna get plenty of sleep. So Alan, get some sleep. Just get your rest. That's all I'm asking. Thank you for coming by. But Alan, please don't understand. Listen, y'all will be right here on my side. Like, yes, tell him. Alan, get you some sleep. I will see you tomorrow. Get some sleep. I'm telling y'all, this guy will be right here. Sitting in the same spot. Like, well, what happened was, no. Are you serious? I'm telling you, that's Alan for you. So just, y'all, I'm not tripping. Okay. Wit, floor is yours.
Hey man, you know what's going on, man. We got more guests. We got so much going on. We got the biggest section of the show. We're well into the second hour. I'm ready for this one. I'm excited because I've been watching
Wings,
this guy.
son. I had some red wings. I'm sorry.
Hey, but check it. Hey, listen, we've been checking this guy out. I've been watching this show. He's got a green screen. He's got so much going on. He's talking pro football. We're gonna get right into it. The NFL season is underway, and this is the guy we need. You know when they say you need to talk to the guy. This guy is the guy, and we're gonna go ahead and bring him onto the set right now. We're talking about none other than Bo from Let's Talk Football. Bring him on in, man. Bring him on in.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Oh,
what's going on, brother, man? Welcome to the show, Bo. Hold on, we got to hit. Hold on, man. We got to hit some buttons for you because you one of those guys. We got to bring you in. Hit him with the applause real quick. Make some noise for my guy, Bo. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate it. Now, just like we did with everybody else, man, straight up, you got some interesting facts. I had no idea about any of this stuff, and we're going to go ahead and bring it up. So right now, who knew Bo was a former pro arena J-back? Did not know. National champ as a corner, podcasting for about a year and a half right now. You can catch him 6 days a week on the Let's Talk Sports Network. And this fall, he plans on doing some snowboarding soon as the mountains get some snow. I like that, bro. I like that.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey man, we appreciate you being in the building. Let's see. Hey Trevor, can we get a little technical help so we can get Bo amped up a little bit on the microphone? Bo, say something for us so we can hear you. Yeah, just a little bit, bro.
That good?
Yeah, now that's way better, way better. All right, Bo. So this is you. This is your wheelhouse. Talk to us about what has been going on in the NFL this season that has been catching your eye, because we're just getting back started, so we want to get a hot plate of what you got going on right now, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, we finally got some parity in the league this last week, right? So our undefeateds finally get taken down. Taken down in a surprising fashion, actually. You got the Jets taking down the Eagles, and of course the Browns taking out San Fran, and both of them have good defenses, but it didn't seem like either one of those were going to have the offense to take down those teams. Outside of that, we're kind of seeing what we thought we would. Outside of the Bears being as bad as they are, They should have taken a step forward. They were going to be good, but they should have at least, won some games. You see some interesting stuff like Julio Jones just got signed by the Eagles. I didn't even realize he was not retired. So, there's that. And there's actually a long list of coaches that have a real shot at getting fired this year. So it's going to be interesting.
Hey man, this is true facts right here. And when we think about what's been going on, as far as like you said, who was supposed to be higher up than what they are right now, you kicked the front door in when you talked about the Chicago Bears. I want to get your opinion on what you think it could be. Is it Justin Fields' maturation? Could it be coaching? Is it a combination? They spent all this money on, and I personally, and not to jump out there, but I personally was like, hey man, they spent all that money on the offensive line. They got him a technical number one wide receiver. We're going to see him do some big things. Like, what do you think has been the big issue with Chicago football this season?
Yeah, I mean, some of it is inconsistent play calling. You can attribute a lot of this to coaching and the GM in general, right? Like they got rid of top talent, guys like Khalil Mack. The guys they brought in to fill those spots, I don't even know who they are. So clearly there was a drop off in talent. But then you're also seeing just kind of weird things. So they wanted to use Fields less in the running game, but then they don't use any designed runs for Fields, which is one of the things he's really good at. So then they're trying to shove him in the pocket. And for a guy that kind of uses motion to help his game out, you're seeing a lot of things similar to Russell Wilson, right? When he's stuck in the pocket, he's not that great. When he's able to move around, he does fine. But then you'll see him go the other way where they end up running him the whole time and then they're not passing the ball. So I feel like, if they just had a combination of the two, they weren't using Madden and just hitting X for the same play all day. I think they'd be a lot better off than where they're at.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Hey, Bo, we got my guy Freeport Donnie on the show, and Freeport is an avid, and when I say avid Dirty Bird. Tell us what you think is going on right now with the Falcons, and of course, you see him smiling over there. He thinking about Bijan Robinson and all these jukes he got going on. So are the Dirty Birds finally coming up in the world of NFL right now? Because of course, the last time you thought about the Dirty Birds, you thought about pit bulls too, but that's another story. So tell us what you think about the Atlanta Falcons right now coming up in the world, man.
So obviously I like Bijan, right? Awesome talent. Your quarterback, on the other hand, it comes along, it'll get better. But basically, they're not going to do a lot this year. I expect them to be better next year. That's what I'm looking for.
I feel you. Hey, Donnie, man, go. Come on, Donnie. I know you got something to say about this right here, bro. I know you do.
I agree with everything Bo said. I wasn't looking to do a lot this year, right? But in watching the games, our quarterback played I think we just got a curse on quarterbacks. Like Matt Ryan wasn't sorry, but older Matt Ryan, y'all got jokes. When it comes to Desmond Ridder, he just I think he's overthinking the game. Desmond Ridder is overthinking the game. So it's gonna be a long season. I just know at the end of games, if we win it, we're gonna take a knee. No pun intended.
Hey, listen. And Johnny, this is a question I got for you personally, bro. Do you think that Atlanta should be in the Kirk Cousins sweepstakes?
Nah, bro. Nah.
What?
Nah.
You call that sweepstakes? Oh my God.
Hey, listen, that's what I heard. Hey, Kirk Cousins got to go. Where does he go? He could go to Atlanta.
Oh
They got
man,
some
that
money.
sounds more
They
like
can give it
child
to-
support. You talking about damn sweepstakes? That sounds like child support, yo. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We don't
I'm
need
sorry,
Kirk
y'all.
Cousins. We don't need Kirk Cousins, man. We in all honesty, we gotta learn to stop the passes over them. Like I watched the game last Sunday against the team that can't find a name. And right now they still going through everything. We couldn't stop passes over. It's like when we go zone.
Red Wings.
It's like I don't know, man. We gotta change up our schemes on defense. Like, I mean, I'm not in the NFL. I'm looking on TV. Things look different on the field. But I mean, defense is basically lacking communication. They're not gelling like a defense supposed to. Like, and we got to make tackles. And our quarterback can't throw interceptions to lose the game.
Well, I mean, your defense struggles because they're on the field most of the day too. So I mean, even a good unit doesn't look good if you're on the field for 45 minutes. But I mean, could Cousins help you? Maybe, right? Because Cousins restructured his deal so that he could be traded, right? Because he had no trade clause. If they were to, like, if the Vikings are just looking to flush this season and eat the contract, which we've seen some of that this year already, then, if you did a trade pick, a 6th for a 7th, right? Which we've seen that happen so far this year. You basically didn't give anything up. You could have Cousins, and although he's not an elite talent, he's better than what you got.
So what you gonna do with Ritter? Just bench him?
I mean,
because in my opinion, he's not confident as it is right now. If you bench him, he's done. If you bench him right now, he's done.
Well, let me. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Let me jump in on that. So
okay.
if you were to bench him for a seasoned veteran that you're not going to re-sign, right? Because this is a contract year for him. So it'd be a 1-year loaner. So maybe he'd be able to, do something similar to what Aaron Rodgers is doing to Zach Wilson, right? So do some mentoring, because whether you like Cousins or not, dude is a stat monster, right?
Yeah,
he scores points, he puts up yards like nobody's business. So if you could get that kind of, help from a veteran like that for Ritter, it might actually be super helpful for him. And you wouldn't have to go into it like, hey, we brought in this dude, your career is over. This is a half a season rental, and then you're moving on, because you're not going to re-sign Cousins.
That could work.
What I wanted to say, it was
I really don't care, but go
ahead. Hey, we have a name right now. It's called Winner. just let you know. But
that's fair. Y'all
and just keep in mind that you're dealing with a coach who pretty much had Marcus Mariota, Teddy Hill. You know what I mean? He started with Mariota. He's gonna give Ritter a chance, but I don't see a coach who's gonna be gun shy and look, it's time to get rid of him, or find a better option for the meantime. I think he's well prepared in that type of an experience in that type of arena, as far as having somebody who's pretty much the placeholder and maybe to the next placeholder, and to give to the man who's eventually, because to go out on defense like they did with all those pickups, you got Calais Campbell out there getting his 100th sack and still producing at a high level. You don't waste that type of defensive talent, and with probably salary cap in the future. I know they were pretty big, this off season, but going into the next seasons, hopefully they don't get in that, in the same bind. Fontenot at GM, Freeport always used to tell you, like, Fontenot at GM, if he can deal with the Saints in salary cap hell, and season after season keep Drew Brees on the roster and keep him paid, and let's move some money here and there and still field the team that can produce, I think he's going to end up producing a powerhouse in the NFC South eventually. And somebody should have never got the button, but I'm loving it. But I'm loving it. But I turned the volume down with just letting you know because I know what's coming. So, Lord. But yeah, man, I really like the Falcons in the NFC South. I really think they made leaps and bounds. Bijan is hopefully they can manage him well, possibly come get in some pieces in the next seasons to come to lighten the load on them. And I think everything's gonna work out well. Again, they just didn't do well against the Commanders. That's all. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Let you have that. I'm not even. Hey.
All right. Well, I like where this is going. Now I gotta bring up the elephant in the room, or rather, the elephant in the NFL right now. And Bo, I gotta refer to you on this one. We've been seeing a team be at the pinnacle, the top of the NFL annals for a long time, as they would say, right? And I'm talking about the New England Patriots. Like, what is going on with Belichick land? Like, what's been happening? I to be honest with you, I personally, right, and yeah, I personally am not a Patriots fan because I remember those years where Brady put a whooping down on everybody. But I mean, is it coaching? Is Belichick losing it? Does he have to let go of the reins of being the GM? Is Mac Jones really that guy? Like, just give me your thoughts on what's going on in New England right now, bro.
I mean, so you got a lot there. So the GM of Belichick is going to get the coach of Belichick fired. Realistically, what will probably happen is he's done enough good stuff there that Kraft will give him a shot at remaining a coach, taking the GM role away. That being said, Mac is not that guy. He wasn't that guy when he came out. He was the most ready, but he had the lowest ceiling. And so we've seen exactly that. And then you have Belichick that brings in a defensive coordinator to be your offensive coordinator last year. And of course, that's going to stunt the growth of a quarterback. He had no business being the director of a quarterback. Like, that makes no sense at all. So there's been a lot of missteps. Should they be as bad as they are? No. That being said, their team is really not buying in anymore. So that's why you're kind of seeing this gameplay get worse and worse as the season goes on. I don't foresee that necessarily getting a lot better, because now you're seeing even the offensive and defensive lines aren't winning their battles anymore. And when you think of the draft, he drafted 3 guards. So, I mean, it's not like they didn't have people there. So, yeah, I mean, this, depending on how this goes from here, it really looks like they're going to lose their next 2. So then what? They're going to be 1-7. You're looking at a scenario where, Belichick might legitimately either lose the GM role or be seeing his way out the door.
And to even envision the thought of Bill Belichick, taking removing himself from either role, whether it be coaching or the GM. Everything I see on NFL Network, everything I read online states is pretty much that, Bob Kraft is so much of a winner that he's going to take it out of he may just take it out of Belichick's hands eventually. And he's either going to say, be the coach and not the GM, or be the GM and not the coach. And what you...
It won't be the second, because if you look at his draft history, he's not great. So it'll be the coach or nothing for Bill. If it were to be to the GM, that just means they're firing him altogether.
Right.
Because his drafts have not been amazing.
Right. And you're exactly right. Hey guys, this is the second half of the show, so we're gonna start at the bottom and work our way up. Somebody tell me an underwhelming team right now that we thought going into this season was going to be way different. You can't say the Jets because we know what happened with the Jets. We know what's going on. But tell me one underwhelming team. Each of you guys, Jay, Freeport, y'all get one, and let's see what Bo has as far as his opinion on the team. Hey, Jay, why don't we throw it to you first, my guy? Jay, who's your underwhelming team this season thus far?
Ooh, man.
So
I don't want to say right. I don't want to say the Giants because I think that was a dumpster fire that's waiting to happen. We can go with, man, then I say maybe we can go with, I would say the Colts. I would say the Colts right now because there's some teams that's like dramatically underwhelming. Things I expect, like what I didn't expect is the Cardinals to be competitive, so that's that's one thing, but just the most underwhelming, the Colts, because of the situation that's taking place with the injuries, and as soon as they get JT back, Richardson could be possibly gone for the season. So that's a bit underwhelming because you at least expected to see a young team growing. And now, Jonathan Taylor pretty much came back to be, thrown in the fire. And hopefully this duo of Moss and Taylor can be enough to withstand, I would say once Minshew gets comfortable, the freaky shit start happening. And once it's like he goes out there, he has his great games, and Trevor would definitely be able to tell you, being a Jags fan, he has his defining moments, but then all of a sudden it's like, what the hell was that? Like, so what the hell was that is going to be coming soon. Hopefully they have enough, and we've seen it already. He had a bonehead play here and there, but hopefully we see Moss and then Taylor become like a duo that can carry him enough to keep it interesting for them, going into the end of the season. But yeah, I say Colts is one, for sure.
That's what's up. Hey, Freeport, man, give us your underwhelming team thus far this season, man.
My Atlanta Falcons.
Dang.
I just think the way we started off the season, we got a real gritty win against I think that was the Panthers. I was like, we got a lot of upside, but my quarterback just not settling in like I expected him to or wanted him to. Like Jay said earlier, we got a defense, you know what I'm saying? And like Bo said, they on the field too much. We got a stud for a running back. Receivers doing their job. It's kind of, they do drop a few balls every now and again. I give them that. Yes, they do. But for the most part, my quarterback got to get rid of the ball. He got to stop overthinking it. And, when he's in those situations where, you might need 4 yards, man, you're gonna have to get it the hard way. You got to just get it. So, yeah, I'm staying here with my Falcons are underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? But I got a few championships to pull me over into. So,
all right, man. I feel you on that one. So for me, I'm gonna go and stick around the division. And I gotta say the Cleveland Browns, man. I'm gonna be real with you. To be honest, I thought coming into the season, having a full camp under his belt, having to make sure that all masseuse parlors were aware of the policy of towels. Let's make sure that everybody knows we got to give Deshaun Watson the proper towel.
About masseuse parlors again.
Yeah, we got to make sure that he's taken care of, but not taken care of the way he used to get taken. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff that he had on his plate that would probably, in my opinion, any man would have a hindrance, like having that on your brain, trying to get, your job done. I got a regular 9 to 5, and I can't stand going to work with me and my wife argue in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I can't imagine what he was going through. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being real. And then the thing is, as soon as he got he's not in the game, they win. So it's crazy to me. If you look at Cleveland, their defense has been pretty much outstanding. Garrett on the edge, man, like he's a beast. He's out here doing basketball crossovers in front of offensive linemen before he gets to him. It's crazy to see such a large man move like that. And then when you look at their secondary, their corners, their free safeties, they're like the top man playing defense in the league right now. I think it's wild that although you got somebody like the Jets and the Dallas Cowboys whose defenses are getting a lot of attention based on wins and things like that. Nobody's really talking about Cleveland because Deshaun Watson ain't there, and then apparently he's going to be out for I think another week or so with this bruised rotator cuff that they kind of keep questioning whether or not it's really happening. So I'm really underwhelmed with them. Now, am I happy being a Steeler fan? Yeah, because hey, look, if anything get us closer to the top, I'm cool. But right now, Cleveland, they did it for me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, of course, somebody had to toilet for my Steelers. But Bo, let's throw it to you, guy. You heard what we got. You agreeing with us, so you got one on the outside of our three.
Yeah, so I'll go with the Saints because they are in a weak division that they should have dominated. Derek Carr finally gets a defense that he never had with the Raiders. I know Kamara missed some games in the beginning, but he has them now, and that team just really hasn't clicked. But it's a team that should be dominating their division, and they're really not. As far as your Colts, though, if you look at it a little bit different, because their offensive line is terrible, right? So it was inevitable that Richardson was probably going to get hurt because he likes to play a little bit of hero ball. But with Minshew, think of it more like he is this era Ryan Fitzpatrick. So you're going to have some fun games where he's going to win and he's going to lose, but they'll be enjoyable to watch. And so if you go into it looking at it like each individual game will be hilarious, that'll be the best way to watch a Colts game.
You're right.
Hey, that makes so much sense. Really, that makes so much sense, bro. And now let's go ahead and get into the other elephant in the room. All right, now what took place with Aaron Rodgers and what's going on with the New York Jets? Now, of course, I'm sure we all were in front of our TVs that Monday night, food ready, beer ready. Prime time, Aaron Rodgers runs out holding the American flag. The whole stadium is green. East Rutherford, New Jersey is going bonkers. Everybody's losing their mind. And then on the fourth play, and I was watching it, he goes down and he gets up and he looks dead at everybody. Like it looked like he went deaf because he was looking at everybody like something was wrong and he fell down. Now, Bo, as someone that has experience in a professional realm, like, do you see this being possible that he can come back and have an impact in maybe January? This is what it looks like because he's not wearing a boot?
No, because the team won't be around in January. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to make the playoffs. We know what Zach Wilson is. Can he hang with a bad team? Sure. Can he hang if the defense gets 4 turnovers? Obviously, because they've done it twice this year. How many wins they got? 3. So that means he played decent quarterback one time. So, yeah, I mean, they're not going to make the playoffs. Obviously, the AFC is too stacked for them to even sneak in the 7th seed. So, even if he were going to be available, it's not going to matter because the team won't be there.
All right, man. I'm one of those people, man. I believe in the power of Aaron Rodgers. I really do. It's amazing to see like he didn't have on a boot. He's throwing the football. He's on the sideline. I watched Pat McAfee. J.K. Dobbins is still hobbling around on crutches.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And they are rehabbing together. J.K. Dobbins looks nowhere near where Aaron Rodgers is as far as recovery right now. And then, as we're getting closer and closer to time, we might as well just jump straight to the top, you guys. Right now, if you think about who's at the top of the rankings, number one, number two, I think we all kind of got the same two teams in mind. And that would probably, well, maybe even three. So how about before I speak my piece, let's get you guys' take on it. Let's go top three teams right now in the whole NFL, top three. And let's see who wants to go first. Freeport, Jay, who want to go?
Top three, definitely we're gonna go with, you got the Dolphins, and not basically in order, but it's definitely Dolphins, and it's weird because the landscape sort of changed after these past few days. But I'm still going with Dolphins. Hopefully the 49ers kind of, they come back from that as far as health, like their health, because they got beat up pretty bad. Man. That was not the type of loss that you want to lose. You would rather get blown out than lose the way the 49ers lost, as far as there these injuries that's starting to pile up. So it's still pretty early in the season. We're talking about almost midway through, but still a bit too early, man, to lose everybody like that. When you're talking about the guys that have been a little bit injury prone for one reason or another going into a season. You could call it what you want. Trent Williams has been a mainstay at his position, but just like that, you lose Trent Williams, for the rest of the season, and then you start talking about different running backs and using U-check here and there and all types of other stuff. And you already got your tight end who's supposed to be out here catching balls, blocking a lot.
Pause.
Blocking a lot.
Hey, yo.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. But still, just okay. All right. Yeah. So whatever. He's out there. He's blocking a lot. As far as the offense is concerned, come on, man. Come on, everybody. Everybody. Here we are. Let's come on, everybody. He's not as bad as Bakken, Joe. Let's not repeat that. Lord.
Right.
But
with Chet Holmgren's story. Nope.
Yeah. So, but no, the 49ers, and then the third team lastly, finally. I wanted to say Cowboys at some point. As far as the third team, I wanted to say the Chargers at some point. They're a bit underwhelming. I don't want to go into the Chargers underwhelming because I don't want to go into how many freaking points I lost by in all three of my fantasy football fucking matchups because of the damn Chargers, yo. Forget Chargers. Anyway, but the third team, it's almost not yet. Not a fallout just yet. But the third team, and I'm on the fly because it's tough. Like if you would have asked me this the other day before this past weekend, I would have said Dolphins, Eagles, and 49ers. Right? I'm gonna go right now. The third team, man. I'm still gonna go with the Cowboys. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys over the Eagles, and I'm gonna go with the Cowboys right now over the Bills because I don't freaking know what's going on, man. I really don't know. And this is the NFL. This is the NFL that I really was looking forward to. Like, when have you thought of any other time that any given Sunday meant so much more? You understand what I'm saying? Like, any given Sunday is really a thing now. It's really a thing. And that's what I love about football now, that I can depend on. I told Kareem, Jets fan, I said, look, if you make some stops on defense, if you get a couple turnovers, you can win this game, man. I'm not lying to you. And they did. A few seasons ago, man, that wouldn't have worked out. So Zach Wilson throwing the way that he does, that wouldn't have worked out. And so, man, and then you had COVID back then and all this other stuff. So you see a bit of resurgence. And I don't mean to get on my thing about something else, but I'm the parody is great. I'm loving the competitiveness. I'm loving, what I'm saying, the fact that the worst team in the league can defeat the best team in the league on any given Sunday now. I like that. I'm loving it. So yeah, my three teams still I'm gonna go 49ers, and I'm gonna go again Cowboys because of that defense. That defense can win games. We've seen it. If that defense zones out, they can win any game. They could beat any team they want to. So as much as they've gone through, they still can count on that defense just as much as they count on offense as Dak Prescott. So I Cowboys again. Lastly, sorry to take 20 minutes. Cowboys, I'm sorry, Dolphins, and what was my? I'm not throwing the Chiefs out there, man. I'm sorry, I'm not throwing the Chiefs out there as the best team. I want to see somebody different. The Chiefs don't matter right now. So those are my three teams, man. I named like 10 of them, I think, but those are my three. And I know what I did just now, but I'm not going back and then pulling another team out. And those are my three.
Free ball. 3 teams. Let's go, my guy.
I know, right? You like, yo, you just blew what the hell? I know, right? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give the short-winded version. No particular order. I'm going with San Francisco still, Eagles, and I'm still gonna keep the Chiefs in there. Can't count them out. No explanations needed. I'm just going with my 3 teams.
Okay.
I
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, man. Looks like it's all on me. So I gotta put them up there, man. Straight up and down. We gotta go with Miami. It's crazy to see Tyreek Hill with 860-something yards in 6 games. That's ridiculous. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put Philly up there too, man, because although they did take a loss, this Philly tush push thing, I have no idea why nobody can stop it when it's third and 1, 4th and 1, but it's working. So if it works, keep doing it. I'm sorry until they make a rule and tell you can't do it no more. And definitely, I'm gonna tell you what's going on, right? Somebody is dating a billionaire. And every touchdown we get to see her face with his mama. I got to talk about the Chiefs. I'm telling you, and let's keep it real. This is the year their defense is showing up week in and week out, and somehow, some way, they're winning games and making teams kick field goals. When last year their defense was giving up bombs down the field on accident, and Patrick Mahomes had to put on the cape and save them. It's really not the same this year. It's not the same Chiefs team based on the defense being so good, and it's also not the same Chiefs team based on how the offense has a bunch of guys where we just got to go, who was that again? What college you go to? What is it? Kadarius Toney? What happened? So but not to disrespect none of those guys. All of them are professionals, but every week is somebody different showing up for the Chiefs. And it's not like like it was a few years ago. Besides, my guy Kelsey, who we're not going to say who he's dating because we're probably going to get like 20,000 views if we put it in the hashtag. Shout out to the hashtag, Trevor. Don't forget to put hashtag who in this thing so we can get some more likes on this too. Hey, Bo, 3 teams, my guy. You got the reins on this one. Who you liking so far at the top of the NFL thus far?
Yeah, so I'm going to go Niners in that top spot despite the loss. But they got a loss against a defense that has held teams to less yards. The last time that it's been even close has been 1970. Or 72, right around in there. So, a couple of years, right? So I have them still filling out the top spot. I have KC moving up into that second spot. That defense has really started coming along, and the offense is doing enough. Why I don't have the Dolphins up here is because I don't like their defense, really. So they can get into a track meet with you, but they can't stop anything. So they really have to be able to put up as many points as possible. So when they get against a team that can play defense, they're going to run into some problems. It's also why I had the Eagles drop out of my top 3 is they've been winning, but they haven't been winning because they've played good football. They've basically been winning in spite of playing kind of bad football. Eventually, I feel like this team has to come together. But the team that moved into my 3rd spot for the first time this year is the Lions. They're playing the most consistent football, offense and defense. It feels super weird to have the Detroit Lions in the top 3 because they've been bad forever. But they're also one of the only 5-1 teams that their loss isn't an embarrassing loss, right? Their loss came against the Seahawks, who everybody really kind of has picked as a wild card team, right? A playoff caliber team. And everyone else's loss were against teams that are in the top 10 draft picks conversation. So, as it sits right now, the Lions are playing some of the most consistent football. But again, feels really weird to have the Detroit Lions, not just in the top 10, but in the top 5. It's weird.
I forgot about the Lions. That was a good call. I forgot about the Lions.
And see that's how weird it is that we semi all forgot about the Detroit Lions just that fast. It's not something that we think of when we think of the top of the NFL. But right now, I can't lie to you, man. That's a great list. That's a great top 3. And it's a shakeup when you throw Detroit in there because we can't. To be real with you, Jared Goff is Jared Goffing right now, and it is some of the most complete football. I'm talking about when you look at quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, the incompletions are down, the percentage is up, the quarterback ratio is up. He's not making bonehead mistakes. He's doing what he does best, and then from time to time he'll go get you 4 yards on the ground, maybe. So I like that one. Definitely with the Detroit in there right now. Hey, Bo, man, we're getting closer and closer to the end of our 2nd hour. I want you to give us a hot take, something that we have not mentioned yet in this show about this season, whether it be players, coaches, teams. Tell us something that you probably talked about on your show and give us a little bit of that Bo magic before we get up out of here, man.
Yeah, so something that I had been talking about since before this season started is I think Brandon Staley gets fired and Kellen Moore is the interim head coach.
Whoa! Ooh, that is. Whoa, man! Wait! Where the bomb button at? Where's the bomb button at on here? Because that was a good one. I was not thinking that, but hold on, wait. Tell us one more time. Tell us why you think Kellen Moore is about to just take over the world right quick, like an evil genius.
Well, it's funny because you have a team in the Chargers where you have Herbert putting up almost 400 yards a game, right? You have an offense that is scoring, 27 points a game, and Brandon Staley, who's supposed to be a just hallmark defensive mind, has one of the worst defenses in the league, and also routinely makes some boneheaded fourth down play on his own side of the ball that rarely seems to work out, continues to make them. He's wasting Justin Herbert's prime. Now they've paid him, right? So now they have to win. And since Kellen Moore's got there, that offense is producing more points. So I could see them moving on from Staley, letting Kellen Moore become the head coach and getting somebody in there that can make that defense work.
Wow. Okay. Look here, man. This was an eye-opening experience right here because I personally was going, Kellen Moore is trying to be the coach somewhere. That's the only reason why he would leave from Dallas, right? But is it possible that he could sneak up from behind and slit his throat and say, "Hey, man, I can coach. I promise you." And I'm joking, but I think this is a Mike McDaniel side effect because when you got that young, and really it's a Mike McDaniel side effect / Sean McVay side effect, because Sean was doing it first. That offense looked crazy. They got a quarterback. All of a sudden, it changed everything. Same thing in Miami. They got a quarterback. All of a sudden, it changed everything. You bring in somebody like Kellen Moore, who, although Dallas might not have produced like they may have wanted to, that offense was rolling several years in a row. And the majority of the time, it's not like Dallas, the offense lost the game. Oftentimes, it was the defense not holding, and then Dak Prescott having throwing interceptions or something like that. But man, look, check this out. Bo, I love it. I love how you came through. These takes were fire. We got to drop one more bomb for Kellen Moore stabbing him in the back. Tell us one more time, man. What you got going on for the rest of the week, my brother? Where you gonna be at?
Yeah, so let's see. Obviously you can find me right there on Twitter. But when it comes to on screen, let's see. You got it's Tuesday, so I'll be on with the Sports Crib tomorrow night. And then I have a Pick'em show Thursday morning, Hawk Talk Friday morning, and then 3 pregame shows before the games kick off on Sunday. Pretty much you can find me 6 days a week. I do about right around 10 shows a week.
Hey, man, once again, we got to give it up for my guy, Bo, the hardest working man in LTS, man. Give it up for Bo of Football Talk, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. It's been fun.
Appreciate you, Bo, man. I really appreciate you, man. I think the last time we probably spoke with each other probably was last time was, I want to say, the draft. Yeah,
it was the draft show.
Yeah, so I was definitely looking forward to today because it was pretty fun. We had as many, it was like Wu-Tang that day. It was like like 40 dudes on the screen, man. Like, yeah, we like again, yeah. It was great. I loved it.
Avengers Assemble, right?
Yeah, no, the draft shows were hilarious because, especially after the first day, the second days in the draft, there was so much weird drafting going on that, I mean, we were watching the draft, but I think we were making more fun of the draft than just about anything else.
Right.
Especially the Pats. Their draft was the most confusing, weird, most Belichick type GM moves ever.
Yeah, they were.
And you gave us a vocabulary word. Most Belichickian drafts ever. I would it, man. I would.
And then a kicker or a couple of kickers. Like, I mean, he just wasted the middle of the draft.
Sounds like they rebuilding to me. But look, Bo, we appreciate you. Thanks for coming on the Rec Room. Your chair is open anytime here with the boys on a Tuesday night. Once again, let's make some noise for my guy, Bo of Let's Talk Football. Let's go.
Thanks again, guys. Have a good night.
Right, you too, bro.
All right,
appreciate
good night, bro.
Again.
Thanks, man.
Right.
Whew, man, we are steaming through these hours, bro. It is crazy how we had guests, we had conversations, we figured out what was going to go on, but of course now we got to get to one thing, because I swear, like, I was just about to put something in the microwave, and then all of a sudden I got like confused. I was thinking about eating. All of a sudden I had to stop because in my mind it was just about time to do something that I really needed to do. Oh yes, it's gonna happen. It's happening. One time for your mind, baby. We got the uphill battle, fellas. We gonna do this quick, okay? I ain't gonna lie, because we pushed it for time right now. So look here, man. 4 teams. 4. We're gonna pick 4 teams that we think got the toughest climb to the plate right now. And we done named some of them, okay? We done talked about the Patriots. We done talked about the Falcons.
No, he's doing this on purpose.
Battle. He's got us on mute. What's going on? The host has muted your mic. How you gonna do that? how you gonna do that? So anyway, 4 teams that we got that we think got the hardest road uphill, the hardest climb to the top of the mountain to the playoffs. Any division, any 4 teams. Let's go ahead and kick them. Free pour, it's on you. Give me 4 teams, bro.
4 teams, any division. The Panthers.
Wow, yeah, duh.
I mean, you said I would feel better.
Right.
Panthers. The Bengals might be in a little trouble.
I like that one.
Dallas and Atlanta.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you gotta turn the mirror on yourself, bro. And I like that one.
We got the prime opportunity to win that conference, that division, but it ain't looking like that. But we'll see.
Right. That's what's up. Jay, man, 4 teams. It's hard out here in the East. So of course you know that. Give me 4 teams, bro. That got the hardest road to hoe. And Sweat, you got to get in on this too. You gonna give me 4 after Jay.
All right. 4 teams will have the hardest road to where? To what? 14? Because I thought we was ranking the divisions.
Yeah, it's just because we pushing that 2-hour mark, man. We're pushing that 2-hour mark.
Okay. All right. So 14 is gonna be tough to get into. I will say a playoff berth. The toughest. I'm gonna go with 4 toughest teams. Any division, any conference would be definitely the Cardinals, the Colts. I'm gonna throw the Bears in there, and then I'm gonna go to the 4th team like Tennessee.
Hey, I like where you're going with that one. You got one of mine. For me, I definitely got to throw the Bears in there. They were y'all know I was real high on Justin Fields. Coming into this season. Another one most definitely is the Colts. You know what I'm saying? What are they going to do? How are they going to react with no quarterback? Are we going to get some Minshew magic? Are we not? 3. I gotta go with my Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Donnie said the Falcons, so I gotta talk about my Steelers. We up and down. Matt Canada. I don't even want to talk about the Fire Canada cheers that's been going on. Shout out to all my Yinzers. You know what's really going on over here. It's gang on this side, but it's really tough to see what I thought was going to be a breakout year for Kenny Pickett and the Pickett and Pickett's connection, and somehow, some way, it's not really panning out, except for like last week. And then of course one more that I've already mentioned, not that I've already mentioned, but I've mentioned in the past. But I think it's going to be tough for them. Is Green Bay? You know what I'm saying? I like Jordan Love. I think he's going to do really well going forward. But it's tough when you lose like somewhat of your bell cow. The defense is still a little shoddy. And he's still, you can tell he's still putting it together, but he's putting it together well. Can't even lie. So those are my 4. Free pour. I mean, not free pour, but my man Sweat, he down there. T Sweat, who you got for 4, bro?
4, that'll be the Carolina Panthers for sure, because they ain't even won the game yet. So that's definitely the definition of upfield battle. I say the Minnesota Vikings. Just off of the injury alone of Jay Jettas, that's they already was kind of struggling a little bit, so that's making it even harder for them. So I say the Vikings. Just like Whit said, the Green Bay Packers, because I don't think Matt believes in Jordan Love. I don't think he opens up the offense for him. So that's always going. The chemistry not going to be right on that. But the 14. And 14. Let's say. Oh yeah, the Patriots. Forgot about the Patriots. Definitely the Patriots. That's for that's self-explanatory. I don't even gotta talk about that. That's just it's just not going right for them. But those are my 4.
Hey man, look, that's a good four. You threw the Patriots in there, and we started off the show talk about them. So I like that one for sure. Hey man, each and every week we do an uphill battle. We're gonna pick some teams on the bottom. We're gonna try to see who's gonna work their way up to the top. So if you're watching right now, make sure you tell us who you think your top four or your bottom four teams are to work their way up into a playoff position this season in the NFL. And of course, you know, the four teams are going to change. We would have went through all the divisions and conferences, but you know, we're running short on time. We got to get to some of the last few big things we got to talk about. Hey, we got
It's the Reg League.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say we got some news for that rec league, that good old fantasy football going on. Hey, somebody got some wins and somebody got some losses. So we gonna go ahead and talk about that. Boys, what's good with the rec league, man?
Yo, well, I mean, I get it, but I mean, it's been a good season overall, man. Right now, we currently have who's number one in the rec league, man? This guy that I think got lucky my first matchup. That he used my Commanders. They probably their best game against me so far, and you know he got a little lucky, man. And my team wasn't in full shape yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right with everything. Any other fantasy league that I'm in, I plan on winning. You know, and you know, I lost three matchups this week. By a total of 16.92 points.
Wow.
A total of 16.92 points, man. 3 matchups combined this week. So you know what that means for my team? You know what that means for my teams, man? We're gonna come back strong this week right here, week 7. And then also, man, I got a strong team. I got a strong team. And most importantly, man, if anybody in the rec league, and yo, we haven't said, man, shout out to you, boy, man, Mr. Mac Millie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, Joey, man, Coach Joey. Nobody mentioned Coach Joey, man. The whole time we was yeah, man. What's up, Coach Joey? Haven't
Coach
talked to
Joey,
you.
what's up?
Yeah, man. It was his turn to hold on to the humble pie. Because basically what happened was, shout out in the dark. Somebody sends a message saying, I'm the best. Who's next? You know what I'm saying? With the Goldberg joint, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that was an opportune time. It's like 7 o'clock at night, bro. You feel this strongly about your win, huh? It's not over yet. Jesus Christ, can't you know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, you know, that's pretty disrespectful, man. He said he just wanted to get it popping because it was quiet. Well, quiet these damn. Soon as he said what he said, damn Devontae Adams, who was hurt when he said what he said, I said he picked the opportune time to say what he had to say. You know, we could look at the time, and he felt like he had a win. Devontae Adams took me into
more time.
Victory, man. Put up a good 15.50 piece. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest of my team, I can't remember exactly who I had. He knows. But the fact of the matter is, you don't want to lose like that. You don't want to lose like that. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, till next time, you know what I'm saying? Old chum. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say chump. I said old chum. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, you know what I'm saying? We can have another matchup, man, and we can talk from the get-go. And then, you know what I'm saying, maybe we can have a spirited matchup all the way through, not when you think your team is going to win because some of my players got hurt. But, hey, man, let the Mr. First Place speak. Yeah. First place. Let him talk.
Nah, you know, it's typical, you know, like picking the right players
Excuse
at the
me.
right
Sorry.
time.
He jumped
I
5
ain't gonna lie.
steps. 5 spots,
Yeah.
bro. Who jumps 5 spots, bro?
Hey, man.
For real.
All I do is put my players in. What happens, man. You know, unfortunately, I'm 4-2, so you know, it's pretty good right now for me. But you know, it doesn't matter how much points you won or lost. You know, wins and losses. It's just wins and losses. You know.
Yeah,
It's
whatever,
nothing more, nothing
you
less.
just said. We'll go run that back one day. What? What? Okay. Yeah. Whatever, man. I'm
You
catch you
know,
back on. I'm catch you. I'm catch your ass. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
it's
about it.
it's
I
a
keep
lot of
receipts,
it's a lot
man.
of movement going on. You got
I
I
keep
give you that.
receipts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, I feel like prime right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, they talking bad about my team.
I
You know
hope
what
not.
I'm
They
saying?
losing right now. You don't want to feel like prime.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I was like that at first. But I came up.
Speaking of
It's
came
coming.
up, speaking of came up, man, shout out to your boy, yo, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to your boy, Kareem Muse, man. Kareem
Yo,
Muse
number
went out,
Kareem.
2.
came out here and beat me by 0.56 points. 0.56, bruh. Forget that.
Kareem.
I'm proud of him because he was the man. Hopefully, we will make a short out of it one day. The man who drafted James Cook, number 2 overall.
Overall.
In the 2022 fantasy football rec league, you know, it didn't work out well for him. He picked James Cook number 2, but he's in second place now. Second place. So shout out.
It's dope. It's dope.
And I'm gonna toot my own horn just for a quick second. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna just say this, man. It's a lot of teams that's 3-3, but all of them teams ain't me. You know what I'm saying, baby? I come up on that thing one good time. You know, hey, shout out to Jay. Jay put up a tough fight on that one. Jay put out a tough fight on that one. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple points. I got a couple points out there. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I heard that. But of course, you know,
that was wild, crazy.
Yeah, this was wild. Yeah, that was out there. But you know what I'm saying? It was a difficult time assembling the team that I had, but out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? I caught like 250 pieces and extra ranch. You know what I'm saying? In week 5. You know, I didn't even know
man.
it was gonna happen.
He see, that's what I'm saying, yo. Everybody want to talk about the guy, bro. Everybody wants to talk about the guy, yo. The guy. He's talking about his victory. He put up DJ Moore. DJ Moore put up a little 50 piece. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then with Jamar Chase, who else? Throw it out there. What?
I got
You know what I'm saying?
A-Chain came out with 30. But I got Trey too. Shout out to Big Body. Big Body, get better. Big Body, get better, my guy. Make sure you taking care of yourself. Big Body, I caught Big Body last week. You know what I'm saying? He put up a tough fight. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come up a little bit. Normally I'm on the bottom, but I'll take that mid tier because last year I missed the playoffs. I'm trying not to miss it this year. Freeport, what you got going on with your squad, man? What's up? Straight up. Y'all know what's up with me. Y'all know.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
we right here in the middle. You know, right there. It's either going up or down. I never know.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess.
Let the music play, huh?
Well, y'all touched on a lot of good points. I will say this though. The way y'all paint this picture, like y'all can't be caught. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a real competitive league. Any week can be your week to go to the lower in standings. I'm gonna choose my words carefully. You can be lower in your standings, you know what I'm saying? Any week is any week. Yo, that 3-3. You know, some people like going to the bottom. I say go to the lower in standings. So yeah, with that said, man, we gotta yeah.
I mean, hey, that's how you work. That's how you work.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's all in the word.
Me personally,
I dig that.
I like to keep her up top.
Me too.
But I keep her up top. So
hey, I ain't saying that, bro.
Oh man, y'all wow.
Hey,
Scared to talk right
wow,
now,
yeah.
bro.
Well, look, this
Scared to
is
talk.
crazy.
I
This
know
reg
Jay.
league right here, Sweat man. Congratulations, working your way up to number one out of nowhere, bro. Like of course, like you say, you keep receipts. Tell us what you think your outlook is, real quick. This coming week, you know what I mean. Give us a quick look on that while we try and get Jay back.
Let's see. Let me look real quick. Let's see. Who's my matchup? Who I go against? Oh, matter of fact, I go against Allen.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'm
Forgot
here,
all about
bro.
Big
I
Allen.
can hear you. I'm here.
Okay.
I know it's a
forgot
lot
all
of
about
bye,
Allen.
bye weeks. A lot of
You said
bye
you went
weeks.
against
Yeah. He got Allen this week. Allen that was on earlier in the show with us, who did the baseball, is in the rec league.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, look who I got. That's what's up.
who you got? Who you
Yeah, I
got?
got-
Freeport.
Y'all gonna see.
Okay. Well, we got.
I got
Oh
y'all
yeah,
co-host.
let Jay and Freeport talk about predictions on that matchup for
I
sure.
ain't doing
Oh
no.
man, what?
I ain't doing no talking.
Well, in another league, I see him 2 weeks in a row.
We
So,
talking about this league though, sir.
in this league, I hope. You know what I'm saying? I hope. Hey man, I wish you luck, man. I wish you luck.
I
I
wish
wish
you
you
the
luck.
worst.
Hey, look, this is
That might be
y'all.
the game of the week though, for real.
Well, look,
Right.
I'm taking a
And
different
Joe
approach.
and Joe with 2, 3, and 3
Oh,
matchup.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me
Break the
also
tide.
let me also big shout out also, man, and for real, yo, Trey, man, get well, man. We definitely
For
pulling,
sure.
man.
For sure.
We all, you know what I'm saying, but yo, don't hit me up in my DMs. Tell me, you see what them boys put all them points up on you? Should have been quiet, bro. Stay quiet, man. Should have said nothing.
We know he getting better. He out here shooting messages out, letting everybody know who losing and who winning.
You
He
already
doing
know.
better. That's great.
Yeah, he put up like 130, 150 between like three dudes. You know what I'm saying? And okay, whatever. I put up 200 on him. Get him out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So
That's how you feel.
all I gotta say, look,
Dang.
I'm taking a different approach. Have nothing to say, man. I'm about to let my team, which I say is the best teams I've ever had. I'm gonna let them speak for me, man. I'm gonna let them talk
Wow.
for me this season, man.
Hey man,
best
look, that's what's
team.
up. We got a lot of fun going on. Oh, yay, hey, great. Shout out to Bo once again. Said, hey man, he had a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun in the rec league every season when we're doing fantasy football. It's the home team, the guys, the homies. We get together. The competition's really fierce. And then of course, we celebrate with a little kumbaya afterwards. Everybody, you know what I'm saying. See who's at the pinnacle of winning, and someone is also in lower standings, as Freeport like to put it. Once again, man, it's been crazy. Hey, wait, you know what? We gotta talk about something else real quick before we get up out of here, fellas. What's that? What we got, Sweat?
Oh, you talk about your birthdays, man?
Celebrity birthdays. Celebrity birthdays.
All right, so check this out, y'all. This we pretty much said this is the trial run today, man. Well, definitely people will be able to see it. It's gonna be out, but we basically doing like a who's who, what we doing, and what we like to talk about, how the type of rundowns we like to do. We pretty much kicked back today. I really had fun, man, and time kind of flew by with us, and I enjoyed it. Everybody did a great job, man, and it's gonna get a lot better, which is gonna be fun. But we're gonna get to the sports celebrity birthdays. We don't have very much of them this week, so I'm gonna start. This day in sports history, man, and I would consider chess a sport. So this day in
That's not a
1956,
sport, bro.
Tell Bobby Fischer that.
yo,
I wouldn't find it. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
And then also, man, yes, which that guy, Bobby Fischer, 13 years old, defeats the 1953 U.S. champion Donald Byrne in basically a tournament in New York City. Bobby Fischer, who considered as the guy over the guns of chess. But that happened today in sports history, which was what was yesterday on the 17th. We're going over into the 18th. All right, so we had birthdays, man. John Rocker turns 49 today, man. Anybody remember John Rocker? Turned 49 today. Baseball player, everybody remember? Had a couple, comments that back in the day about New York, which it wasn't meant to be a certain way, I guess. But it's a long time since then. So hey, that's another thing. Also, today in sports history, we have your boy Ernie Els, man. His birthday today. We got Ernie Els, man, South African golfer. I'm an old guy, I would consider. Won the U.S. Open in 94, 97, British Open in 2002, and basically from South Africa. If anybody remember Ernie Els, I kind of watched the golfing guys, the Lee Trevinos, the Chichi Rodriguez, and all that good stuff. All right, so also, man, Danny Ferry, which is weird. Danny Ferry and then John Rocker have a birthday on the same day. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Wow.
Sorry. But Danny Ferry, I think they still let him do some type of work in the NBA. But he was an NBA forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dude, boy, Trevor, one of Trevor's homies. You know what I'm saying? Clonies. All right, so going into the 18th, man. Man, we got.
Wasn't it for the Hawks too? Wasn't he in like a GM, assistant GM or something?
Yeah, he was, and then she said something that she shouldn't have said as well. And you look that up, and that's why I said that's pretty weird. So also going into the 18th, man, we got NFL coach, man, former tight end for your Cowboys, your boy Mike Ditka. You know what I'm saying? Also, just gonna run through these real quick. Tennis player Martina Navratilova.
Hey,
right? Am I correct? Okay,
Navratilova.
Right, so,
yep.
All right. We got so many birthdays. What's what we're gonna be doing? We're gonna be going into birthdays. We got Brittany Briner's birthday is tomorrow as well. Alex Core.
PG.
You know what I'm saying? Just go on and on and on. So that's pretty much it. But we're gonna be going in the sports birthdays going along, huh?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
And also, what, man? Your birthday was yesterday?
There we go. Yeah.
God, bro, I wanted to rush. Yeah, I wanted to rush through it. Say, all right. Also, well, definitely, man. And happy birthday to you. I hope you enjoyed, man. You know what I'm saying? I was going to have some Red Wings here for you. Some Red Wings here for you tonight. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I was going to eat Red Wings. When you came, I was going to eat Red Wings on the show. So, happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? I always got to trade the good for the bad. So I traded 3 losses in fantasy football for a total of 16.92 points for the Commanders beating the Red Wings, the China Kitchen Red Wings. You know what I'm saying? And Mercedes-Benz though stay, you know what I'm saying? So hey man, I really appreciated that, man. That's more like a birthday present to me. But again, my fantasy teams will be back. Forget that. That was for sports celebrity birthdays. Again, happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I wish we would have got on that grill. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where the chili came from, threw me for the curve, but hey. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, man, I want to put some chili on. I'm like, okay.
Happy birthday, my G.
And I'm not that guy. I'm telling you, when people say certain things, I'm like, damn. I'm tripping. I thought his birthday was okay. I don't want to say his birthday coming up. This guy's talking about chili. So I was like, okay. He said chili.
God was cooking, bro.
Yeah, but I was like, nah. His birthday must be like November or something.
Bro, this is like a Friday or Saturday, bro.
That's your birthday was when?
Monday.
I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Man, listen, my travel schedule crazy, man. I just chilled, man.
All right, I'm just saying you kind of threw me for a curveball this weekend, so I was like,
you had more time.
Okay, so that's telling me to shut up. So we done with the birthdays, and that's it.
Hey man, you know what, man? Look here, man. We got to talk about it. You know, I don't know if y'all are fans of Rec Room or not, but if you follow us, you know each and every week we bring you something out of the ordinary that just doesn't sit right under our skin. And right now, I can't lie. If Trevor got what I think he got, this one is personal to me. Okay, so right now this is our favorite segment. One of our favorite segments. We're gonna call "What's That About?" Okay.
So
let's go ahead. Give it talk about it, Jay, and I'll chime in. Go ahead.
All right, man. What's that about is my thing. Just want to put that out there. All right, so I'm sorry. I had to reach over for something real quick. So, man, all I know is I wake up in the morning, maybe at night. I can't remember. I'm sleepy, and what is in my ear about he basically hurt the whole Twitter world, the whole X world. And I'm like, damn, what did you do? He sounds pretty upset. I can't believe they're saying this about me and all this. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I was like, oh my gosh, what did you say? I'm thinking, what could you possibly say to get people mad at you on Twitter? Like, I've never dealt with that before. So guess what kind of world we're in, where someone says something like, what was said? I'm letting you, before we put it up there, let it be seen. Like, just explain where you're coming from with this, because my thing is where I'm from, and let me throw this out here, because where I'm from East Flatbush, East New York, Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, some things go down. I'm not saying that I lived in the most dangerous spots. I had an aunt lived in Brownsville, a little aunt lived in Fort Greene, aunt lived in Bushwick, aunt lived in, you can think of anything. If you know Flatbush, let's go in any surrounding area. That's where I had an aunt. So I had to go with some of the worst buildings in America, man. Elevators don't work. Pretty much look like the corridor off of New Jack City, but it was everyday life to me. As far as what I would be safe to say that he came from the same area. We are now both in South Carolina because our parents thought that it was probably better to come down south instead of what could be foreseen as not good for us. So as far as people challenging people, where someone says the community where I'm from, well, guess what? Well, community where I'm from, I can't say that what a mush is and what a mush is not. My mom and my sister used to have a Tiger style type mush where it was similar to what Shedeur Sanders, and I hope my mom's watching and sister's watching. Shedeur Sanders, what he did sort of looked like what my mom and my sister used to do, Tiger style. And, like, boy, and comes with the dart to the eye. And everybody, any young Black African-American male would know the feeling of what I'm talking about. Boy, and that finger sometimes slipping, poking you in the eye. Sometimes scratching you, where you like, damn, do you love me? So What? When it comes to a mush, am I being seen here? People say I have big hands, right? So what a mush is to me, you put it to me personally. I put it to the side of someone's head. I can palm a basketball. Guess what I do? I just take you you know what I'm saying? That's a mush to me. I take you as far as I can. And I'm coming with a left if you want to swing. So, you know, like if you want so coming with the mush, my sister and my mother. And you know, boy, but let's read this, man. The community where I'm from, this is called a mush. It happens when someone places two fingers on your forehead with some pressure and pushes the other person in the opposite direction. So, I mean, that's a pretty good explanation. But to say somebody's a piece of shit, to say that you need to get, you know, to say that you need to get Deion's cock out of your mouth, you know, I thought it was funny because that was funny. People actually react like that. But hey, man, it didn't upset my guy. But the part that I told him not to do, I said, man, don't defend yourself, bro. Like you can say what you want to say, but don't waste too much time on that, man. Just move on. But yeah, man, like where I'm from, I hope I get mushed. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody wants to put it out there, because I've seen some of the comments, and he didn't say it to me, but he said it to you with. But it's safe to say we come from sort of similar surroundings. So you know, man, don't even worry about that. It's what kind of person has the time, man, to clown you for the way that was said. I thought it was funny when I said, yeah, man, that is a funny explanation of a mush, whether if you use your fingers, whether you use your nails. But man, I'm done with what I want to say it. Y'all know my mush right here. That's my mush. The 5 finger palm, whatever the hell on Kill Bill, something like that. I use like something like that. Push your head to the side. My mom and my sister, I've seen them use straight to the head, like just like that. And you know, so hey,
5 fingers to be a mush though, bro.
Look at me.
I can't see you right now.
Yes, you well, okay.
Now I can.
Look.
Nah, bro.
What's that?
It gotta be
What's
open
that?
hand. It gotta be an open hand.
Right. That's me though. That's my mush. My mush is open hand.
Yeah, see,
my sister,
I gotta clarify.
Hey, yeah.
You know, and listen, so this is how it happened. Me personally, I am sitting enjoying the game, and I'm talking about I'm watching the ESPN Plus angle stuff. So I saw when they were coming together and talking. This is my opinion once again, and hey, the opinions of your boy K Will are not that of those of T Sweat, of Freeport, of Jay on the MIC at all. But I saw Shador Sanders walk up to the young man. The young man was talking, doing a little back and forth, and get back to me. And he put 2 fingers inside of his helmet. Now this is my city style. This is what I like to call the city style because I got an aunt and a cousin. Shout out to Taisha, Taisha Miller, because she got married. Shout out to Brian, really cool people. But Taisha Westcott, when she was Taisha Westcott, would mush you right here with 2 fingers. And that's how it used to happen. Shador put 2 fingers on mush.
That was a gun mush.
Right. Wow. Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you,
it's a city style. You know, it's a city style. So he did it to the young man, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's because he's Deion's son. He's black. He's getting away with anything." And I'm like, "Bruh, if you go back and you watch it, I have been poked in the eye on numerous occasions. I've been hit by children. I've been hit as an adult, you know, doing stuff, and you immediately put your hands up to your face and that young man continued to talk to Shador Sanders. He didn't get hit in the eye. He got his temple mushed. He got his forehead mushed in a helmet on top of that, and it made him feel stupid. And it was seen by thousands. Now, just like Jay proceeded to say before me, I received so much vitriol from all kinds of burner accounts. I gotta get off my knees. Oh, get the sack out of your mouth. That's not snow you're swallowing. All kinds of stuff. It was ridiculous. And for me, I'm like, I can't believe I honestly, bro, I could not believe that this many people would come and want to talk with a young black man from out of Orangeburg, South Carolina, who transplanted to Florida. Now, if you're looking closely at these numbers, y'all, somewhere between 3 and 4 in the morning, I was at about 9,200 or 9,022 views. When I messaged Jay at about 3 in the morning, it was at 15.4K. You know how many people looked at that thing and had to say something to me? At least 10%. That's about 100. I had about 150 replies. And some of them was positive and some of them wasn't. But that was what I experienced. And I hope that one day Coach Prime, Shador, Shiloh, Mrs. Sanders, the one day soon to be defensive line coach Warren Sapp, somebody holler at me and send me a CU hat just for holding it down, because I took a lot that day, so much so that my wife looked at me and said, "Nigga, why is your phone going off?" You know, and y'all know I don't care what kind of woman it is, white, black, Mexican. If your phone going off in the bed next to her and she belongs to you, yeah, it's a problem. So I had to turn off the notifications and check that in the morning and look and see that somehow, some way. And that's not the last one. The last one that I really got, it was at like 24,000, and I was still getting replies. I had to turn off the notifications, you know. But hey, it happens to the best of us. I said something that I believe in highly. 2 fingers, 1 hand, however it may go. It was a mush, bro. Take it how you want it, straight up.
Interesting.
Yo, that's not snow you're swallowing.
Yeah, I'll tell all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, it was ridiculous, bro. And it was all burner accounts. It was people who had made the account the night before. They had no followers, no friends. They had the wackest pictures. They had pictures of Dion. They had pictures of Shiloh. It was not even. They weren't even real people. But I had all kinds of responses, and it was crazy, bro. Ridiculous. So just little old me trying to just say, hey, look, man, I know what it's like to get poked in the eye, basically. And that ain't getting poked in the eye. Got that type of response. And hey, you know, I hope one day these people view Rec Room and give us some likes and some shares, because that's what it's really all about.
Hey, we going into the last. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. I wanted to make sure, man, I speak first when we speak of the last thoughts, man. I wanted to speak on this before we started as well. But we kind of went another direction, but we made sure that we were going to get to a certain subject. And I can simply say this because if anybody knows me, I'm a very emotional person. So, you know what I'm saying? I do get emotional sometimes, and not necessarily in crying, sobbing matter, but I can get a little upset at things. I go on old man rants a lot. But I want to just simply say, man, thanks, Dan. In spirit, man. I know that you're with us, and that just one day, man, that I will get to meet you, man, and we will get to talk sports again. And for a guy to call me or send me a message out the blue, say, hey, want to talk sports, make sure that this way right here, make sure that I want to remember you and remember Let's Talk Sports. We're moving on, and we're doing things, and we're going to get better and bigger at what we do. But got the old school, or I call it the old school Let's Talk Sports logo in the corner, man. And we definitely want to pay homage, man, to Dan Harrison and what he has done, not only for us, man, for just simply talking to me and just simply, saying, hey, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was not ready for doing certain things like this. I consider myself shy, not wanting to talk much. Um, but he threw me in it. He threw me in it, and I really appreciate Dan for everything you've done for me, for us. I mean, I just feel like not only have you blessed us and left us blessings that we carry on, and we're gonna carry on from this point, but you left us also blessings of a guy by the name of Tanner, and a guy by the name of Bodkins, and a guy by the name of Allen, and a guy by the name of Bo, and a guy by the name of Johnny, and so on and so on and so on. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have never met none of these guys. We wouldn't have never met any of these guys. We wouldn't have had the interaction that we've had. But again, man, you know, I know everybody wants to sort of say something, but I just had to make sure that I say thank you, Dan, for everything that you've done. Everything. And from this day on, you know, it's always going to be about Dan. Like, so I'm always going to be thinking about Dan. That's just simple. That's just simple as that. It's about Dan with me from the day that I met him, the day that he put me in a certain position to do certain things, and you know, here I am. And like I said, we're gonna miss you, Dan, for sure. With sorry about that. Am I
My
still
bad.
here?
I definitely was riding with that quick moment for Dan. You know, got to keep it funky, man. Like I always do. I remember, you know, us convening and having a moment because of course I transplanted, and Jay hit me and said, "Hey, man, this dude is asking us, do you want me to talk about sports?" And I said, "Who, what, when, and why?" And the funny thing is, at the time, Dan was probably more capable of responding at a quicker pace, and he said, "Yeah, I talked to him, and what about you?" And I typed him. You know how you type like I'm sitting there typing, and I'm like, "Yo, wait a minute, that's too long, bro. Can I get on this? Can I get on too?" And that was it. You know what I mean? And that's how it happened. Um, the platform was created by him, was nurtured by him. All these guys that we get to work with to help produce and cultivate and nurture our love for podcasting and sports. It's a blessing that we got a chance to do that, and interact with somebody who set this up for us. And being that they set it up for us, they passed it on to somebody else we know. So big shouts out to Tanner, and basically out of respect for the predecessor to Tanner, we gonna keep this thing going. And we're gonna add better content. We're gonna make it more viable, more tangible for more people to view, because I didn't know if Jay knew that he was in England. That I was like, wait a minute, how many hours behind? So if we got somebody over there in England putting it down for us, then we definitely got to put it down for ourselves on this side, man. So big shouts out to everybody who came on today. I really appreciate it. The door and the chair is open for each and every one of you. And don't forget that we still got a whole nother show that we produce here with the Rec Room team. Hear me out as well. Once again, wouldn't have been without Dan for us to have met Tanner, who helped us get Hear Me Out together to be on. Bro, Freeport Donnie over there, you know what I'm saying? Knowing him since the youth, since balling and all of that good stuff. Big shouts out to Trevor for putting the work in and getting the pieces put together so we can have this today. And shouts out to y'all for watching, man. I mean, without y'all, it wouldn't be possible. So we're gonna keep it going. Last thoughts. Who got next? Or is that it?
Oh,
that's
no,
it.
I want to say I appreciate what Dan has done. It's unbelievable to me when Jay Sheen came to me about it. Just knowing that it just came off of enjoying Twitter, like just two people met up on just loving sports and not knowing that it was this big empire that he created. So like, I think this is gonna last forever, The sign, the logo speaks for itself. Let's Talk Sport is built by fans. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of fans inspiring, shows and podcasts and stuff. It's beautiful. I appreciate him. I never really got to talk to him like that, but just his work that we're seeing right here alone, just I gotta pay homage to him for sure.
That's what's up.
Hey,
Free.
Hey, Whit.
What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to ask you, Freeport, before you called his name. I was about to say, I really appreciate you stopping by, man, and hanging out with us, man, and for real, because I know you wanted to wear your hoodie, and I did.
Whoa,
I did say, wait. Hold on. I said, wear your UGA stuff.
Oh, I was about to say, I got receipts now.
Yeah, but the best chance, somebody says, yeah, man, where you
gotta keep the receipts.
Yes. Gotta keep the receipts, man.
Gotta keep.
Old folks be forgetting shit.
3 feet, can I say? 3 feet?
Right. I ain't get one go dog yet though.
Yeah, can I get my last thought in first? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just want to say appreciate y'all having me again. Rest in power to Dan. Didn't get to meet him, but I heard Jay talk about him in one of the conversations we had. But you know what I'm saying? Once again, thank you for having me. Follow me at Freeport Donnie. You know what I'm saying? Album coming soon, and go Dogs.
Hey.
Let me get that 3 feet. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
Wrong way. There you go.
Listen, man, we gotta drop a bomb for that one, because I feel like this was definitely an explosion of sports podcasting for our first day back. Once again, thanks to all of our guests, man. Shout out to my man Johnny Cruz. Shout out to my man Allen. Shout out to my man Bo from Football Talk. Man, the Let's Talk Sports family, I just want you to know we here to stay. So make room for the Rec Room Sports crew. Hey, man, we had a great show. We're going to be back. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. 2 fingers. 1 for me and 1 for you, baby. We out.